50% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
NASCAR Championship Weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights.
We're going to tear it up tonight.
Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader.
Yes.
Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship Weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
I discovered a fun way to enjoy the outdoors while getting my daily exercise. Hi, this is station owner Ron Cohen. Radio Ron, as most of you know me. You've all heard about people riding electric bikes, but did you notice they are all smiling? That's because e-bikes are so much fun. Plus, you get great exercise, and an e-bike is an excellent alternative to getting you where you need to go. For nearly 2 years, the e-bike I recommend is Himaway. Himaway is known for durability, price, safety, and fun. Himaway is the long-range e-bike expert, taking you faster and farther on a single charge. Himaway sells direct to the consumer, ships right to your home, and has over 2,000 five-star reviews. Choose from 7 models, all with an unprecedented 2-year warranty. Find out why over 50,000 customers, including me, call Himaway the best e-bike there is. Go to HimawayEbike.com. That's HIMIWAY ebike.com. Use promo code Fanatic and save $100. Go to HimawayEbike.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Oh, my God. You know,
Yes.
You're not. Wait, are you answering for God, or are you indicating you are God?
I was going to just relay it on.
Okay.
Relay it on. Yeah.
Because that's breaking news if you're actually God.
No.
If you're actually God, I have many, many, many questions.
I don't want the job.
I mean, I know Keon's going to try to cut in front of me with questions about his micro penis, but I have lots of questions.
Damn. Already starting on Keon today, are you?
I
You didn't have anything to say to that. That's
Wow.
The laugh indicates that it's pure fiction. Yeah, because a more insecure man to say, "Hey, I don't got a mic. What you got?" Paul Mercurio tried that on me on Twitter, and I kind of stuffed it right back in his face. But anyway, so yes, it is a Wednesday. I don't like to say hump day because I feel like the soccer moms have made that an uncool saying. So of course, here comes Big George. Hello, gentlemen. Happy hump day. No, just stop. And he says, so the Diamondbacks have lost again to the Dodgers. Yeah, we know. And then I said, okay, they clinched it, whatever. They didn't Puig in our pool, but they did take a team photo on our mound. And, you know, it's not as bad, but it's embarrassing. It continues to be a constant stream of embarrassment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, until the leadership group here gets off their ass and make some moves like, I don't know, maybe get some new, coaching staff in here, somebody that can motivate this team and help this team grow. And, I don't know, maybe a new general manager that can build it. Yeah.
I got an idea. Let's pray. Dear Lord, Please let the owner of the Diamondbacks be caught on video saying very racist things.
Why would you say that? Why?
Well, so then he'd have to sell the team.
Why?
And if he did
Why?
that, he'd have to sell the team, and maybe get some better owner in here.
I mean, I see the direction you're going. I just wish that it would not bring some sort of retribution on the entire team.
Well, I just
Well,
want
well,
I
if
just
the-
want better owners.
Yeah, if the owner is the only person caught doing it,
Right.
then it really
I didn't
doesn't hurt
say-
the team.
I didn't say throw a Confederate flag on every son of a bitch in there. I'm just saying the owner, so we get some new blood going there.
Why can't we just get rid of? Why can't the ownership group just get rid of the manager and get rid of the general manager and get some people in here and know what the hell's going on instead of spending $100 million on one guy? How about we bring in several guys? Or how about we spend, $100 million on several guys so that we can compete against the Dodger machine over in LA? How about that? How about that?
What's
How about
what
we
Hayes says?
actually go for a championship? How about that?
Torrey deserves a $225 million contract extension.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the case, yeah, George, we know. We know all about it. And so all we can do is hope that the Dodgers go down in flames. But still, we're embarrassed. And there's a good reason to be. And again, it's hard to mount a good argument against Donnie these days. We got okay, I got to be careful. We have a dirtbag owner of the Phoenix Suns. We've got a clueless owner and management group of the Arizona Cardinals. We've got a clueless ownership group of the Coyotes. At least they got a good GM. We have what was the other one? What did I miss? Oh, the Diamondbacks. Well, yeah, you see what's going on there. It is hard to make any kind of argument. The only argument I make is Donnie goes out there and says, "Oh, the media here in Phoenix, they're all blah, blah, blah." No, it's not us, man. Of course, we're not media, but still, we know what's going on here. We've lived here our entire lives almost. Almost me, Randy White, absolutely his entire life.
Yeah,
and we're kind of a joke. Let's just admit it. We're kind of a joke. We have moments of brightness where we're like, it's close. We have a chance. And then something just gone. And the closest we ever got was when they first bought the Diamondbacks and we won a World Series. That's it. Everything else, nothing.
Well, it kind of reminds me of the Florida Marlins. They've won 2 world championships in that organization. And every time they do, they dismantle the team and they suck for a long time. They had Derek Jeter, who was their president and CEO, and the guy he was the face of the Florida Marlins. He was trying to do something there to build a team back up. He made some moves like getting rid of that ridiculous artwork they had out in center field, that mammoth artwork. Put it out in the damn parking lot and let the public go up next to it and throw coins in the damn thing. We don't need it inside of a baseball stadium. That's as bad as the Houston Astros, who used to have a hill. Yes, I said a hill in center field. And it caused more problems and injured more center fielders. Just level the damn thing, put the hill outside, let the kid slide down it when he gets muddy on a piece of cardboard. You know what I'm saying? It's a baseball field. That is not a damn art gallery. Get that crap out of here. Now, you got the Arizona Cardinals and you got the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they just don't want to win a championship. They've done once, but not under this ownership group.
So, yeah, it's hard to defend. It is hard to defend. And it's a bit sad and a little bit depressing. But, what do we got to do? We got to wait till something happens. So forgive me if I prayed that suddenly you realize there's some scandal that gets you a new owner in any of these Cardinals. I don't think those guys are racists. I think they're dopes. Robert Sarver, it looks like he's probably a racist, but we can't say that for sure. I mean, the NBA did sort of pull short of that, saying we would have taken the team away from him if we had definitive evidence he's racist. There's so much smoke. That's all right. Go ahead, put on the mask. You just pretend there's no fire. Well, whatever. He's a dirtbag. So it's just something. What the hell do we have to do in this town to have something to be proud of?
Well, I hope Derek Jeter, within the sound, if you're Mr. Jeter, if you're within the sound of my voice, please, I implore you.
What?
Come and rescue the Arizona Diamondbacks. Rescue the fans from this state
Well-
of mediocrity.
Well,
we
how
are in a
Derek
state
Jeter
of
do
damn.
that?
I'm trying to get Derek Jeter to come here, Jeffrey. Hang on.
And do
Derek
what?
Jeter, raise up a group of investors and come and rescue this great baseball team from these mediocre lackeys that is all they want to do is line their pockets off of the backs of the good people of Arizona. Please,
Well, why do you
Mr.
think
Jeter, come
Derek-
and take over.
Why do you think Derek Jeter is in the market to buy a team? And the other part
I
is,
think-
what makes you think the Diamondbacks are for sale?
Who cares? Everybody's got their price, Jeffrey.
Oh, I have a price. Oh dear God, I've got a price.
Mhm.
I ain't
Mhm.
cheap, but there's a price.
Look, if you and I could put together, you, Keon, and myself could put together $1 billion, we could buy the Diamondbacks right now.
Yeah, but then we need more money to do it right. So we got to have more than just that's the thing. Like my
Are you kidding
entire
me?
career, people have been like, "Hey, we should buy a radio station."
Are you kidding me?
Okay,
right now?
so we get up the money to buy a $20 million radio station, and then what? What are we going to run it with? Where you have to have so
Okay,
much operating capital.
Just
So you and I could probably get
okay,
$1 billion
all right.
two together, Randy. Can we count on Keon to get the operating capital? I don't know.
Well, look,
I'm just saying.
You,
We need more than $1 billion. This is probably a $2.5 billion franchise. Then you need some extra money, walking
This-
around money, as they call it,
this
to make the
franchise,
damn thing run.
this franchise is it's not worth more than $1 billion. I guarantee you.
Worth is not it. Market value, it's over
I
two.
don't care what the market value is. The only thing they're
Maybe
gonna
I'm
do
wrong.
is this
Keon,
is $1
go
billion.
ahead and look up the value of the
I don't even-
Diamondbacks.
I don't want to know. And plus,
Google will not even complete the sentence for you because
as
nobody's doing this.
soon as you purchase the team, wham, you've made a profit because all of the sudden
It's
you get
equity.
hundreds of millions of dollars start rolling into your office.
From
and we just
where?
from a Major League Baseball pays you the fair what do you call it the TV media rights thing
Yeah, so
that pays you
the Valley Sports.
millions of dollars,
Right.
hundreds of
Another
millions
reason
of dollars.
the Diamondback
Uh,
people will never sell it.
Well, exactly. Whoa, ooh, they will when we hit their number.
Then we'll have no money.
Yeah.
We'll be
have
the
plenty,
poorest rich
plenty.
guys ever.
plenty of money. That project car you're working on right now,
Mhm.
you'll have that finished inside of a week.
Big George says, I got an extra $20. That'll be enough to get in on Randy's ownership interest. Yes. But I mean, then what? You know what I'm saying? We need more than 20, George. It's gonna
Also, Forbes has the Diamondbacks valued at 1.38 billion.
See?
oh,
I
wow,
told
Randy,
you.
you're right.
$1 billion will buy this ball club right now.
So if we got a $1.3 billion,
No,
we'd have
we
to
just
up the ante a bit.
billion, and we
No.
take that 0.3.
They're
and
not
that's
going to sell it
operating-
for that.
Oh my God!
We'd have to offer them 1.5 or 1.6 so
No.
they make some money off of
No.
it, or else they're not going to
What do
sell it.
what do you mean make money off of it? They've been doing nothing but making money ever since they bought this thing.
So why the hell would they sell it?
Because everybody has their number, Jeff.
You are not listening. If we get to their number, it's
Hmm.
probably going to be 1.6 to $2 billion.
I'd
That
change
will
the
be
damn
their
colors
number.
back to the purple and teal, and I would run this organization the way it's supposed to be run.
Listen, I'm good for $1 billion. You're good for 500 million.
Maybe.
But Keon, what do you got?
Like $50.
All right, so we have 1.50 billion dollars. And we got George's 20.
Yeah.
We still don't have enough. I'm telling you, we don't have enough.
Mm.
Boogie says, if you guys buy the Diamondbacks, can I be in charge of organizing the wiener races and lifeguard for the pool? No, Boogie. No.
Well, don't talk so fast. We're gonna have to save money somewhere, Jeff.
No, we'll put Boogie on security.
Huh?
That's what we'll do. Put him
Uh-huh.
on security. Kyle G says the Dodgers are so comfortable in Chase Field. It's like their second home field, which is honestly the best argument for just building a new stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they're going to make that place their favorite home
If you
field.
Can't
Yeah.
beat them, then
Oh,
building
wait.
a stadium is not
How
gonna
about this, Kyle G? We build another stadium for the Diamondbacks, but when we go back to Chase Field when you play the Dodgers.
There we
So
go.
you don't let them into your new place.
There we
You
go.
keep we'd be the only baseball team that had two stadiums. One to hate the Dodgers in, the other just to play baseball.
I'd change the name of the stadium back to Bank One Ballpark. Are you
Well,
kidding
Bank
me?
One doesn't exist anymore.
I don't care. I don't care.
Don't even do that. Just change it to Bob.
And then that hideous looking cat, get that the hell out of here.
Oh yeah.
He's got to go.
Send that to
Get-
Tucson.
That's
yeah,
like the
get that
first-
the hell out.
yeah.
You go join Wilbur down there in that flea-bitten trap, a hellhole of Tucson. Go to get the hell out of here.
You grab that cat, you put
Yeah.
him on a Greyhound bus,
Yeah.
and you send him straight to no, not even that's too much money. Put him in those little livery vans, that has all the
Yeah.
Spanish written on it.
Yeah.
Send him south,
Yeah.
and if it keeps going past Nogales,
Oh, wait,
that's
wait.
okay too.
One of those, you see those on the roadside. They come up from the Agua Prieta all the time, selling the
Yeah.
shrimp on the roadside.
Oh yeah,
Put him in one of those.
it's a good idea. Mr. Pink Eye says, "Hi fellas, over under, and when we get Keon Rage before or after the first hour."
Well, Jeffrey tried like hell to make it happen just right at the top
Well, I
of the
wasn't
show.
trying. I just threw out a funny joke, which made him laugh, so he couldn't get mad.
I don't think it was
that's, you know,
funny at all.
yeah.
I thought it was hurtful and terrible. And I have my serious face on because
Hey, how do you
I-
think he feels? He
I
has a
did-
micro penis.
and there we go again.
See, you can't get mad at a guy when you're laughing. That's something I learned when I would torture my older sister. She would want to beat the hell out of me for something I have done, and then I would make her laugh, and then I avoided the beating. Jagdog says, "Randy, can I get a beer? I am currently donating blood, and I need to replenish my fluids."
There you go, my friend.
Yeah, everyone wants to give you cookies. I'm like, no, give me a beer. Baker's Cocky Hen says, "Weird how they got rid of one owner in the NBA and then replaced with another rich owner who seems to have a high rubbing issue when he gets excited." Steve Ballmer, yes, he does like to grab a thigh whenever he gets a chance to. Swazman
Ooh.
says, "Let's talk football, guys." Nah. Well, we're gonna later, Swazman. He's I know there's a big NFL game tomorrow night. He says he's picking Kansas City at home, no matter how good Herbert is. He says he's my League Two blender fantasy quarterback. Well, okay, that's cool, but no, we'll get around to that when we feel like it. Don't bully me. Don't bully me. We'll tell you who we're picking tomorrow. We do our NFL picks with the Harmon Solar, Ralph from Harmon Solar. We do that tomorrow. Actually, we are going to talk about something that does, I guess, NFL adjacent, if you will. That whole Brett Favre thing. It just gets weirder and weirder, and now it has gotten worse and worse.
Oh, no.
So there are now released text messages where Brett Favre did know he was getting welfare money as part of that whole deal where they're like, "Hey, can you be a spokesperson, do a thing?" And in the whole process, the Governor Phil Bryant and some other people are like, he's been completely honorable in this thing. It was just this whole big thing is just a misunderstanding, not understanding where the funds go to, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's see. Does this sound like a misunderstanding? Brett Favre, if you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? Seems like Brett Favre had a very clear, by the way, transcript right here of the actual text. So I'm making this up. Response: "No, we've never had that information publicized. I understand you being uneasy about that, though. Let's see what happens on Monday with the conversation with some of the folks at Southern. Maybe it'll click with them, hopefully. Okay, thanks." And then later, next day, wow, just got off the phone with Phil Bryant, Governor Phil Bryant. He is on board with us. We'll get this done. And he says, "Awesome. I needed to hear that for sure." Brett Favre should be in jail. And that is why the FBI was talking to Brett Favre. And I hope Brett Favre goes spend some time and pounds you in the rear end federal prison. Because
Excuse me.
when you take money from people who need it on welfare, the poorest of the poor, the people who needed the help the most, and you throw it, what was it, at some volleyball stadium or something? Come on. A volleyball stadium versus, I don't know, food and medical attention for people in the most need. I hope Brett Favre goes to prison. And I hope Governor Phil Bryant goes to prison. People need to go to prison for that. A misappropriation of funds. It's just, and here's the thing. On August 3rd, 2017, Brett Favre knew exactly where the money was coming from. And his only concern was, will I get found out?
Mhm.
Not, was this the right thing to do? Oh, should we be taking money from welfare recipients? No, it was, sure nobody's going to find out, right? Dirtbag.
That is the top tier dirtbag behavior. To know that the money was going to somebody else who needed it more than you, And to have it in your head that this volleyball stadium was somehow more important than that or them is pretty crappy. It's pretty crappy, especially since, you know, you played in the NFL and made millions and you had endorsements and you still have endorsements. We see you in the, you know, the knee brace commercial,
Sure.
you know, the real comfortable jeans. We still see you in commercials. So you're still making money. It's not like Brett Favre is hurting for cash from when last I checked. So he could have paid for this. He could have gotten people together to help him pay for this.
This is not just a scandal. It's a criminal scandal. Somebody is going to jail. And I think he should be one of them. That text right there. If you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? Full understanding of what was happening, full understanding what the reaction would be. But he thought it would just be a PR problem. No, now it's a legal problem. Now it's a punishable by jail time problem. And somewhere Jen Sturger is just giggling. She's just cracking up at this because it does not.
I think she
look
was
good.
probably giggling when she got the photos. I mean, to be honest, I think she's probably giggling then.
And then this Governor Phil Bryant guy, he was trying to, in other text messages, trying to guide Brett Favre on how to write a funding proposal so it could get accepted by the Mississippi Department of Human Services. And then, of course, Phil Bryant ousted the former welfare agency director for suspected fraud himself. So just if you go read some of the stories on this, it is worse than what I'm even able to explain in a very brief amount of time here on the radio. Brett Favre needs to go to prison. And go ahead, text me and tell me I'm wrong. 888-368-1580. When we come back, Swazman gets his dream. We will talk some NFL football. Also, we're going to have okay, let me sorry, I get this right. Keon Rose's ASU Corner. That's right. It's or is it the ASU Keon's Corner?
Well, we don't have to put my name in it. It's just
Keon's
the
ASU Corner.
Okay.
It's Keon's ASU Corner.
Yeah.
We're going to call it ASU Corner, but it's Keon's ASU Corner. We're going to do that. Well, you know what? Maybe we should do that when we come back, just to annoy Swazman. And then later we'll do some more NFL. So when we come back, it's Keon's ASU Corner. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
After 1 week of games, the Buffalo Bills are still the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Bills currently at plus 500, the Bucks at plus 700, Chiefs at plus 800, LA Chargers are up to plus 1100, and the Packers at plus 1400. Georgia now the favorite to win another college football playoff national championship. The Bulldogs at plus 175, surging past Alabama at plus 300, Ohio State at plus 350, Clemson and USC each at plus 1200. College football week 3, Arizona State hosting Michigan State Saturday night. The Sun Devils a 20-point favorite, 57.5 the total. Also Saturday night, Arizona hosting North Dakota State. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
Come on, we're going to be late to the cookout.
I was just packing up my famous mac and cheese.
I hope you packed the Pepto, too.
Huh?
Pepto-Bismol provides fast relief from heartburn and indigestion. You know, that uncomfortable feeling after you eat too much. And after the deviled eggs, baked beans, and barbecue ribs, you're going to need it.
Barbecue ribs? I should probably pack an extra shirt, too.
Good call.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach,
diarrhea.
Pepto-Bismol. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Here's Brooke Burke for Skechers' new Workout Walker footwear.
Do you know the world's #1 most popular form of exercise? It's walking. So you'd think that there would be tons of performance sneakers specifically made for walking, but there aren't. However, one company has you covered, Skechers, the comfort technology company, with their newest performance walking sneaker, Skechers Workout Walker. And it takes walking footwear to new heights. Because Skechers Workout Walker is fully loaded with all the technology you need to get the most out of your walk. It starts with a carbon-infused plate in the sole to add more spring to your step. Plus, it has Skechers Hyper Burst foam for unbelievable cushion with incredible bounce. Plus, workout walkers feature Goodyear rubber for enhanced traction and durability, and Arch Fit insoles with podiatrist-certified arch support for amazing comfort step after step. Make your walking workout more comfortable than ever with Skechers' new Workout Walker. Find them for men and women at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. or online, lundmortgage.com.
It's college football time. The Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, the Pac-12, the Big 12, the biggest conferences. Down the side of the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. The big matchups, the fight for national rankings, the bitter rivalries. We have the biggest games. Get your college game on. Your home for football. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
David Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Let's clear the text line up real fast. Chief Skull says, Jeffrey, I appreciate your take on Brett Favre. I agree with you. But other people don't think that Brett Favre really understood what was happening. Well, that text message ought to clear that up, Chief Skull. Boomer Sooner says, good day, Blender Nation. Brett Favre sucks. Randy, can I have a beer, please? That's a very simple and to the point and correct text. Big George says we should put Baxter on the next freight train to Tucson. Yeah, oh wait, they're gonna go on strike, so there won't be any freight trains. Put him on the back of the next semi rolling down the I-10 instead. That's a good idea.
I don't care if he walks.
An even better idea right now is let's go visit a place that is filled with ASU greatness, ladies and gentlemen. It's a place we've never had before. It's a brand new concept and name, Keon Rose's ASU Corner.
Thank you, Jeffrey. And, I wanted to talk today about Emory Jones, because when we talk about football, a lot of the conversation kind of has to go back to the quarterback, because that's the guy with the ball in his hands most of the time. He makes all the decisions. And that is kind of where we're at, because a lot of the fan base right now kind of mixed on where we're at with Emory Jones as the quarterback. I happen to like him. I happen to think that he has done exactly what he was brought in to do. Emory Jones was never going to be this big time great passer of the football. He was never going to be this guy that dropped back in the pocket, stood there, navigated it, threw a dart 20 yards downfield. That's just not who he is. Yes, Jeff.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do we got anybody better, like in the wings there? Is there somebody else that everybody would rather see?
I mean, you got Paul Tyson kind of back there waiting in the wings, and is he
good?
The grandson of the great Bear Bryant. Look, people like him, but I haven't actually seen it. And look, those coaches looked at him in practice and decided that Emory Jones was the better player. And I don't think that Emory Jones is bad. He's just a run-first quarterback, and that is what Herm Edwards wants to do. So if you got any problems with Emory Jones, blame Herm, because Emory Jones is a run-first quarterback. That's what he was at Florida when he put his name in the transfer portal, and the Sun Devils decided that was going to be their guy. That's who they went after and brought in. So he fits what they want to do offensively. And I went back and watched the Oklahoma State game, and there was a lot of stuff that didn't go well. But I actually thought that the Sun Devils were in that game a whole lot longer than I remembered originally. And in the fourth quarter is really, really when it all kind of fell apart. And Herm Edwards even said so in the press conference. There were blown coverages in the fourth quarter that shouldn't have happened. There were missed assignments in the fourth quarter that should not have happened. So a lot of that came late, but Emory Jones, I thought, played pretty well, all things considered. And so now they're coming up against Eastern Michigan this week. That is supposed to be a get-right game. Obviously, you can't overlook Eastern Michigan because while they are a team that you're supposed to beat, they do have pretty talented skill position players at wide receiver and at running back. So you obviously have to still take them seriously to win that game. But I think that this is an important game for them to win because you start to go into conference play immediately after that. You get Utah afterwards, ranked number 7 right now. You got the Trojans afterwards, I believe, ranked 12. So this is the game right here, I think, for the Sun Devils to kind of get this season back in a direction where they're going to be competing. I thought they competed better against Oklahoma State than they got credit for on Saturday. And they should probably regroup against Eastern Michigan and try and carry some of that momentum into Utah.
Oklahoma State should send ASU gift baskets because they helped them get into the number 8 spot on the top 25 poll. There should be some gift baskets. You're welcome.
Yeah, a little bit of thanks, a little bit of gratitude couldn't possibly hurt.
When's the last time you got a gift basket? I haven't had a gift basket in a long damn time. Randy, you had a gift basket lately?
No, I don't. Nobody ever gives me a gift basket.
Keon, gift basket?
No, no, actually.
I miss gift baskets.
What happened to gift baskets? Where did they go?
People got selfish. They don't do nothing.
Yeah, well, that's deeply unfortunate. Someone should bring back gift baskets.
No,
but
that's all I want right now is a gift basket.
But yeah, and I'm looking at this game against Eastern Michigan. It's a pivotal game because if you lose the game, now you're 1-2 and you're looking at Utah and USC. And that's going to be a tough gauntlet of games until you get to I believe Washington is the team afterwards.
I have a question.
Sure, Randy.
Do we know what uniform combination they're going to wear when they get their asses handed to them this week?
Oh, get off it, Randy. They're not going to get their asses handed to them.
I mean, they have all these combination of uniforms. They sure look good getting their asses kicked.
Yeah, I get that, but I this is just a thing that college programs do to attract recruits and a lot. And
apparently, we don't attract the right recruits because we keep getting our asses kicked.
Well, part of the issue is that Herm doesn't actually enjoy recruiting, which is why are you coaching a college football team if you don't actually enjoy it, or just
$5 million a year? That's why. That's
deal with it.
It's like hiring a radio host is like, well, I'm kind of shy. I don't really feel like talking.
Well, figure it out because that's kind of the job. And if you want to be good at it, then that's what happens is you recruit. That's if you want to be on radio, guess what? You talk. So I don't know exactly.
Shadow puppets. I can do shadow puppets,
which would be great for like an afternoon PBS show. Probably not great for drive time radio.
I have a really nice smile.
I'm very shy.
Not all things that are perfectly fine, just not on the air. And I think that that's kind of where we are with that, where if you get a guy from the transfer portal, and this is kind of Herm's entire strategy is I'm going to reach into the transfer portal and I'm going to get all the talent that I need. And quite frankly, he's done a better job of that than I thought. But if you're getting people from the transfer portal, there's a reason they're in the transfer portal. Not every person in the transfer portal is a disgruntled player that didn't get enough playing time. Some of them legitimately did not work. And now you're that's the pool of talent that you're operating from when you don't necessarily recruit. But this team is still good enough. This is still a decent football team that should win a bunch of games this year. And Eastern Michigan next week, that's the time to see it. And I want to see more out of this wide receiver group because I thought Emory Jones has been playing pretty well. I like the running backs a lot. The Xavier Valladay guy, watching him play, he's been pretty awesome. I just want to see some more out of the other skill position groups here. And if you can't do it against Eastern Michigan, that's when I'm going to start sweating bullets. That's when I'm going to worry.
So, Keon, do you remember? I mean, you did not grow up around here. You've only been here for 1 year. But before that, when you were hanging around college, where did you go to college? Texas. Did you ever hear the legend of the ASU being a party school? Did you ever hear that? Because that's what ASU used to be known for. ASU used to be known as one of the top party schools and for having the hottest chicks. Those are the things that ASU was known for more than anything else in the world. It was like gridlock on the University Drive because all these old creepers would drive down there like, I see myself some girls. It was, a little bit unnerving, but still, remember when we used to be known as the number one party school, Randy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And people would want to come here. And by virtue of that, we ended up with a pretty decent football team. Some years better than others, some years not so much, but I felt like that was better at recruiting than Herm Edwards. And then we need to get, so yeah, okay, great. Let's be proud of ASU. We're number one in innovation. Whatever. I would almost say that, Arizona is better at innovation because of the way they cook up all that meth and crack in the bathrooms and don't get caught.
Go Wildcats.
Now, here's some innovation. Why don't you innovate a way to not let everybody know that part and get back to being the number one party school? Maybe we'd end with a damn good football team.
It couldn't hurt, but I do think that at this particular stage in college football, and before I go there, I should tell you, I actually had heard the legend of ASU as a party school because University of Texas was a top party school. Penn State was for whatever reason. And ASU, those were the names that popped up frequently when I was in college.
Have you ever been to Happy Valley?
I have not, no. I hear it can get insane over there. But no, that's one of my
I understand
things.
The university's the only thing there. That's why they call it Happy Valley.
Makes sense. I mean, it's if I'm not mistaken, it's in a part of Pennsylvania that's just very, very rural outside of the school. And all of that. So yeah, it's basically the only thing going on is drinking and college kids. But the point is
ASU, if you want to innovate your brains out, but get back to being a party school.
But you're gonna have to throw the NIL in there too, because you can't just be a party school.
Okay. Yes. Here's what you do, Keon. You're a party school, and now you get all these people who want to advertise to the party school, and then you shovel the NIL from those kinds of sponsors.
You mean like Coors and Budweiser, that sort of thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Tostitos and Fritos, and,
Cheez-Its,
Dominoes, and I don't know, all the things you need for a good party. See, Keon, you know what I'm doing right there? ASU innovation.
There it is. There it is. But if you can do that, but I don't know. Herm Edwards is in a very, very crucial spot right now, because if this game does not work out the way it's supposed to, they do not beat Eastern Michigan, it could be another 2 weeks after that before Herm Edwards wins, and then you got Washington after that, which is not a guarantee. And yeah, all of a sudden that seat for Herm Edwards becomes mighty toasty.
Ray Anderson's seat needs to be hot too.
If ASU does not simply disassemble Eastern Michigan, and not just beat them, but just leave parts of them all over the football field, just come out and have their way with them from the starting gun, then Herm Edwards, Ray Anderson, and everybody else connected with that administration should be just thrown out in the street.
I don't disagree that this is a school that you're supposed to whip. I mean, you're supposed to beat them and beat them really bad. And I don't know exactly what the deal was with Eastern Michigan, if this was one of those schools that they just scheduled or if they paid Eastern Michigan to come here. But if that's the case, those are the ones that are really embarrassing. Appalachian State, of course, got the upset this past week over Notre Dame, I believe. And Appalachian State got paid to go there. And so they got a paycheck and then beat you in your house. Don't let Eastern Michigan do that.
Baker's Cocky Hen says ASU sponsored by Chiba Hut and the Mint Dispensary.
Use what you got.
Hamlin Porter says Coors is too highbrow, Randy. You need Natty Light deal for the NIL in college. Average Joe says, good afternoon, everyone. Did I win anything for winning the week one pick'em? Was that you, Average Joe? Yeah, we're sorting that out. What the act, you'll be getting an email soon, and there will be an announcement soon. So hang in there, George, Joe, or whatever, whoever you are. Big George says, "Hey, have you been to ASU's main campus lately? The hotties are still there." I believe you. I'm just saying, we've lost our luster as a party school. Jake the Snake says, "What's up, fellas? Great show as always. Happy Wednesday. Cards are in trouble, I'm afraid." Yeah, we know. Chief Skull says, "Does Alabama, Oklahoma, USC, etc. have all these uniforms to attract players? How about win some games?
Yeah,
well,
and attract players."
Yes, some you just named like traditional powers. Traditional powers don't need uniforms. Okay, traditional powers just roll out with whatever they got. But you know what? Oregon got pretty damn good with some flashy uniforms. Okay, Kentucky right now is, for whatever reason, a solid college football team. And they change up the uniforms too. If you have the tradition of winning, you don't need uniforms. If you don't have the history, guess what? You're going to need some kind of a gimmick, something to get players. And there's no shame in it. There's no shame in it if you actually land the talent.
King of Kitten says, "Mas cervezas." I think that means give him some more beer. Fish Tank says, "Marshall upset Notre Dame. Can't remember who Appalachian State upset. Baker's
Texas
Cocky
A&M.
Hens."
That's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it mixed up. Thank you.
Sorry.
Says, "Rumor is ASU thought they were going to get to play Bishop Sycamore, and then they had to go with Eastern Michigan instead. So that was a shame." Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if that's it, then that wraps up this edition of Keon's ASU Corner.
It sure does.
Yeah, it was good. I like that. Except for I don't like when we're negative about the ASU.
Well, and that's the thing is that if they win this game, then that gives them some momentum, and you roll into Utah.
But are they really a team that's ready to take on a Utah or a USC? I mean, really?
Hey,
are they?
Listen. Executive decision here. If this doesn't go well for ASU, the next time we do Keon Rose's ASU Corner, it's about ping pong. It's about swimming. Whatever is working out for ASU, that's the hell we're talking about. Keon Rose's ASU Corner.
Maybe the basketball season preview.
Look really far down the road.
Whatever it
what this
takes.
is. But
I need happy.
I don't know if they're ready or not, but you better be. And the thing is, they've got Emory Jones, who is a mobile quarterback, and that Anthony Richardson, and I know that he's not Anthony Richardson caliber of talent, but that Anthony Richardson mobility gave Utah fits. And if ASU can figure out a way to do that and manipulate that, then there may be something there for them to take on the Utes.
I'd just love to see them get back to their winning ways. That's all.
I just want to let you know I've already ended Keon Rose's ASU Corner. So there's a flag on the play. Violation by Randy White. Violation by Keon Rose.
No, sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We had closed the door.
Have to flag
we closed the door.
I'm flagging you.
Flag me. I flag
excessive
you.
bulliness.
I'm not bullying. You're just breaking the rules.
I'm not breaking any
You're
rules.
not above the law.
This is a brand new segment. There's no rules or law in here.
The segment
and by the way,
over. The segment is over.
Do what I want because I'm a man.
I'm a man. We're also a couple minutes late for the break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Rob tried to manage his constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating day after day. After realizing it was irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, he found another way and finally said yes to adding Linzess.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
We're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
If you hit, pass it, dunk it, shoot it, check it, throw it, putt it, or block it, then we're gonna talk about it.
I like that. I just thought I'd clear that up.
1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Tomorrow, just like we do every Thursday, we're going to have our Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em Picks. Ralph from Harmon Solar will join us. And then, of course, at 4 o'clock, you got 1/2 hour to get all your fantasy football questions answered by our fantasy girl, Rosalie Michaels, as we get ready for Chargers and Chiefs right here on 1580 The Fanatic. Then on Sunday, we got Bears and Packers. And Monday, guess what, guys? We have something called a day off because there. Oh no, we do have to
I
work.
believe we're on for an hour.
Ah, damn it.
We're on for an hour. You know what, Keon? You should handle that hour. Jeffrey and I, we have some very important business things, radio
business
station
things.
business to attend to.
Radio business. You would understand.
Yeah.
Just don't ask any more questions.
It's above my pay grade, you think?
Yeah, it's classified. Yeah.
We're going on a site tour.
Top secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave.
Don't say anymore, Randy. You're giving away too much. Giving away too much.
Sorry.
Well, whatever. At 4 p.m., it's Titans at Bills, followed by Vikings and Eagles.
Yeah.
So I really thought we had that day off. Damn it.
Well,
all right.
We have a plan B here. We have a plan B.
Yeah. Plan K is just Keon by himself.
I can't tell.
Operation Screw You is in effect. Operation Screw You is in effect.
Keon, you say you want to show of your own sometimes. We've got an hour practice for you.
I can't tell if you're joking or serious.
Well, listen, we may not be ready for Monday, but we are ready for Thursday, and you need to be ready for Thursday as well. It's week 2 of touchdowns, big plays, and even bigger wins with DraftKings Sportsbook. Listen, here's what you do. You download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Do it right now. Use promo code BET1580. Get $200 in free bets instantly. As when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That is code BET1580. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus issued as free bets. 1 early win token issued at opt-in. Moneyline bets only. Deposit and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at DraftKings.com/football terms. Okay, we are going to talk some NFL. We're going to do this right now, right this very minute.
Well, if you insist, go ahead.
How big a whiner do you have to be? Well, let me just go to this first. Somebody released a schedule, and it shows you how far each NFL team will travel in 2022. Some teams do travel more than others. The least traveled team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. 6,500 miles is all they're going to travel in this next season. Buccaneers will travel 20,000 more miles than that. 26,562 miles. So I have to imagine people in the upper echelon of travel miles for the NFL has to be teams that are going, abroad. Going to the England, going to the wherever the hell we're playing football that we don't need to. So the most traveled team, Buccaneers, followed by the Seahawks, and I think that's because they're on the East and West coasts, and then they have to crisscross and travel a lot. That's just my theory. Cardinals are number 12 on how far they have to travel with 17,686 miles. Your Commanders down there towards the bottom, as they are in most things, 13,324 miles. My Colts just barely above that with 14,000 miles. Can I just say something? If someone out there is complaining about how far they have to travel, shut the hell up. You get to sit on a plane, and I guarantee you, these ain't coach seats. All right. These are comfy seats where you can just sprawl out, fall asleep, and you can actually be comfortable. Unlike the rest of us hacks that got to sit there all cramped up and just hoping just, that alcohol kicks in so you can not think about how uncomfortable you are unless you have business class or first class. So all right. So tell me, how much does this really affect the players? Okay, so the Buccaneers spend a few more hours on a comfy plane, and the Steelers don't have to spend hardly any time on a comfy plane. I don't think it really affects the players. It should not affect the play. It affects the finances. You have to carry a whole lot of crap with you, but you got to do that whether you're going 6,500 miles or 26,000 miles, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. The only way that travel affects players and affects play is those abroad games where you start to factor in just the insane amounts of jet lag and the reduced practice time.
Damn jet lag when you're sleeping on a plane.
That's not how jet lag
works. Jet
works.
lag is for poor people. You know what I mean? You're on a plane, you're sleeping, whatever, you're fine.
No,
your adjustment. If you can't get adjusted in a couple of days to be able to play the damn game, that's on you. You aren't doing what you're supposed to do. You're not acclimating.
Well,
you're out partying.
It's science. It's the amount of hours you change. Your body takes more days to get used to that new time. And if you're talking about going from Tampa Bay, Florida, to Germany? Are they playing in Germany? I don't know if that's a Germany game.
No real reason.
Yeah, then that does actually affect you, even if you sleep. It's not about lack of sleep. It's about when you're used to actually waking up.
If I get good and liquored up and fall asleep, when I wake up later, I'm fine. There ain't no damn jet lag if you're drunk.
If these teams that have to travel, they have some extended time off, right? They get to Germany in a few days before the game. It's not like they fly in
right
night before or anything like that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Well, not the
There's
night before.
time to acclimate.
But it's one thing to say that you're Tampa and you played the Saints and you flew back to Tampa after that, as opposed to, all right, we're done playing our game. Now we've got to pack up everything and fly to Germany. The time it takes to get out there, even if you're getting out there a little bit early, is time you normally practice. Like that is going to affect play. I don't.
You can practice on the plane.
These guys really don't. Practice.
We literally watched a week one where nobody played the preseason, and we had the wildest week one.
When these guys are playing, though, they're in the midst of this. When's this trip to Germany coming up? I'd like to know, because I think these teams are well underway. And basically, they probably get there, they probably sleep, and then they get up the next morning and have like a walkthrough. It's sort of like a Super Bowl type of of situation where you fly into town, you don't really have any heavy practices, you're doing walkthroughs and watching a lot of tape. I have a feeling that's the way it is. And
I stand by my comments.
I would, and you're exactly right. I mean, why the hell are we doing this anyway? If you want to have a team play in Munich or a team play in Mexico City, well, then you know what?
Team play a unit.
No, Munich, Germany. Munich. Is it
like
Munich, Germany?
Catholic
That's where they're going, right? No. Hey, so why are you sending our guys over? I don't understand this. Hey, let some minor league independent football league go and do that. Don't send the superstars of the NFL.
I agree, but okay. At the end of this, though, if you take a step back, Keon is saying, "Oh no, there's jet lag." How many days does it take you to get over the jet lag? I contend, and I think Randy has echoed this. You get on the damn plane and you fly there. You get there. You have a couple of days to acclimate, and a lot of these teams aren't practicing next day already. So even if it's a couple of days, your players have gotten some rest, and there's also a bye week involved with this afterwards. So I don't think any of these people need to be complaining about travel miles. Unless we're expecting them to walk, then I'd probably complain a lot, or bicycle. That would be bad.
I'm not saying that anybody should be complaining. Their version of travel, like you said, is better than anything that any of us gets. The only time I've ever been in first class, they screwed up my ticket and gave that to me to be nice. That's the only time I ever got in there. And that's probably the only time I'll ever get in there. But other than that, no, they travel much better. But I am saying, is it going to affect play? Well, it can if we're talking about sleep and practice.
Last Optimist says it's not the miles travel, is how often you play outside your home time zone and how far outside your time zone you play. Body clock can mess with you. Really, it's not that big a deal. I don't think it's that big a deal. Shouldn't be a big deal. Shouldn't be a big deal. Shouldn't be. Come on. Big George says, Jeffrey, you're a baller. Don't you always fly first class cross country in those lay flat seats with privacy divider? Well, that's me. Faded Hero Icon says, good afternoon, fellas. Did you guys know that there's a professional football team in Mexico? I sure didn't. Fun fact of the day. Who do they play? I just don't know who they play.
Are they the one team? Do they just hold
Just
scrimmages
waiting
for people to see?
And they're like, hooray, there's somebody going to come in. And they say, they're just going to bring two teams. I guess we'll just watch. Okay. Mr. Wilbur says, you better pray the Tempe's girls softball team is good because that's the next time you're going to be cheering for a winning program. Oh, shut up, Wilbur. Go smoke some crack. Kyle G says NFL should follow the NBA model. There's already the CFL. There should be the EFL, European Football League. It'll take a decade to be any good, but look at how today's European basketball teams become successful.
They already had the European Football League. They had Euro football before. They had their own German league as well.
It was NFL Europe. There were a couple of NFL players that even came from there.
Yeah,
actually.
Well, I don't know why they can't get it going, but maybe now, since there is a lot of interest when we send our teams there to play each other, that's exciting because they're like, ooh, real football players. But if we just waited for them to kind of create their own thing, I don't know if it could sustain. And that should tell you why we don't need to go there. Let them watch us on TV. Faded Hero Icon says, oh no, there's professional teams in the major cities like Cancun, Tijuana, Ensenada. A lot of Baja cities have professional football teams. So actual American style football is being played in Mexico. Is it popular, Faded Hero Icon? I am kind of curious about this now. 888-368-1580.
I looked up some of the things on how long it takes jet lag to go away. Depends on a number of factors, including just your health.
If you're a wussy.
And how many time zones you've traveled. And you can feel fine the first day, and then the next day just have trouble sleeping because your body's just not used to the time zone that you're in. And the more time zones you travel, the worse it is for your body clock. So it's not about whether you feel good or whatever, or you can just tough it out. If you can't sleep at night, you can't sleep at night.
Fancies. Average Joe says that other texter's mistaken. It's pronounced football. We call our soccer a soccer here in America. Faded Hero Icon says, yeah, it's very, very much like American football. Tackling helmets, full gear. They even took our plays to implement in the game. It's pretty good, actually. Why haven't I heard of this? That is actually kind of interesting. Rainy City Bitch Pigeon, I'll have to get to your text when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Rob tried to manage his constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating day after day. After realizing it was irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, he found another way and finally said yes to adding Linzess.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Arizonans are facing big challenges these days. Rising costs at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the pharmacy. That's why Mark Kelly is doing whatever it takes in Washington to bring down costs, even when it means standing up to his own party. The son of 2 police officers, Mark grew up in a house where money was tight. He knows what it means for Arizonans when everyday items cost more. Thanks to Mark Kelly's work, Medicare will finally negotiate down prescription drug prices. Less money spent at the pharmacy means more money stays in your pocket. Mark is leading the effort to cut red tape for truckers and ease supply chain issues. And he's pushing for more domestic oil production to bring down gas prices. Because Mark knows that for a lot of people, every little bit counts right now. Senator Mark Kelly, looking out for Arizona, fighting for us.
I'm Mark Kelly, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mark Kelly for Senate.
Whether you need tech for the office, home, or school, Staples is your total tech solution.
A powerful PC that'll help me deliver the perfect presentation.
Staples has you covered.
Tech support to help get my new laptop up and running.
Staples has you covered with tech solutions, services, and accessories. And now save up to $260 on select PCs. Plus, save 25% on Staples Total Support to protect your new or existing PC. Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 9/17, in-store only, limit 2 while supplies last.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever.
The greatest are the ones that seize the moment.
4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the desert mountains. Night racing, a doubleheader, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. The NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 4th through the 6th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
KQFM Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And in this hour, we're going to deal with some other whiners, NFL whiners, not about travel, but about other things. We'll get to that in a moment. Rainy City Bitch Pigeon, I promised I'd read your text first, and that's what I'm going to do. He says, you know, they should send players over there like they're breaking a huddle. First, send the wideouts. Then a couple of days later, the O-line. And then last, the quarterback and the running back. Boom, just like that. You don't have to worry about no, jet lag then. I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
How would that avoid that?
You know what, Keon? It's science. Why don't you read about it? Let's see. King of Kittens is showing me the Liga de Fútbol Americano Profesional. And yeah, these 7 sides play football Americano. 7 teams, you mean? Semper Fi says, Swazman, hoorah. He says, back in the day, I got pulled out of college, activated in the 91. We went 9,000 miles from Phoenix to Saudi Arabia, Ramadan Air Base halfway in Germany. I think he means Ramstein. Hard to adjust the time change right there. 7 hours from San Diego. You know what? Hoorah. That's what he's saying. Basically, it's good enough for the military.
Suck it up. Yeah.
It's good enough for football players.
Well, they're not complaining. It's just that's
yes,
science.
they are.
That is the science of sleep. If you change time zones drastically, you're going to have to take some time to catch up. Just what it is. I don't know.
This is just one of those moments, Keon, where I have to remind you something. FedEx Field really sucks.
I know.
4 fans that were injured by that railing collapse at FedEx Field. Well, they have now filed a lawsuit. And listen, they deserve whatever they get because it's a fact. We saw it happen on TV.
It almost killed Jalen Hurts,
which, they might have been trying to do. But Jalen Hurts was going off the field like, okay, and people like trying to get high fives or whatever, yell at him. I don't know. And the collapse happens, this railing, and then all of a sudden, a bunch of people fall down, and everybody gets up. They all seem fine. And Jalen Hurts is like, he's upset. He's like, can you believe this crap? And okay, we talked about it when it happened. January 2nd. And okay, so then we all went on with our lives. Well, the lawyers got involved. Now the plaintiffs say that they continue to seek treatment for injuries that were suffered as a result of their fall, including cervical strains. I wonder which dude that was. Muscle strains, bone contusions, cuts, headaches, and other potential long-term effects, both physical and emotional. Oh, shut up.
Well, the emotional thing is always going to look. Lawyers like to slide that in there to just make
the emotional thing is going to do what? It's going to make them not go over to a railing and push on it and go, oh, here. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't. Listen,
no,
I can buy it if you have actual damages, but nobody's having an emotional thing over that. I mean, how soft?
I mean, I don't know. All I know is that some of those people fell face first with other people falling on them behind them.
Can me ask you a question?
I don't know.
Have you ever been one of those people? Goes up to the railing going, oh, here, sign my thing. Oh, hey, here. Or you suck, Jalen Hurts. Have you been one of those people?
No.
On a railing? Have you have you ever trusted a railing that much? No.
No, but that doesn't mean that the railing shouldn't be good.
Dumb people should not get money.
I mean, maybe, but also if you build a stadium and you got people in, like, this is a thing that fans do. Build your stadium correctly.
True.
That is where I'm coming down on that. They didn't build the stadium well, so the fans deserve the money.
Yeah, I'm not pro these people, but I'm also not pro FedEx Field. I'm actually anti everybody right now.
Because that's just how fans are, man.
That's what Jeffrey does on Wednesdays. He's anti everybody.
It seems that way. But no, FedEx Field is a dump. And if you built it wrong and these things happen, then you pay whatever you need to pay. That's on FedEx Field. But I just kind of hate, if you were just to stick with the actual injuries and I go, I have nightmares about it was like, what, 7 feet maybe?
Well, okay,
come
but
on, man.
If you landed on your head and or neck, that's going to stick with you.
I don't think anybody landed on their head or neck.
Well, some of the descriptions of some of those injuries are
descriptions of injuries that probably don't exist. I don't think these people are legit. I am very skeptical, but I am also saying FedEx Field needs to pay them.
I saw the railing collapse thing, and it's like, look, if you're not prepared to brace yourself from falling even a few feet, if you land face first, something's breaking. It just gravity. So I don't know, and I'm not going to call these people liars because I have no idea.
They're liars.
All I know is that from what I saw of the video, I'm glad I wasn't there.
I got to go back and watch the video, and I'll count how many actual injuries I think there were. Because when you all get up and go, oh no, we're fine. Yeah, we're good. Guess what? You're good. walk away. You get nothing.
Well, I guess, but I mean, I got into a car accident once, and I walked away from the accident. And for the first day, I thought I was good, and then I had lower back pain, like I could not believe. So, it walking away is not an indicator that people are lying.
No,
or
that's
that they
fair
are not
because I had the same thing happen to me in my neck. I was rear-ended. And easy with the jokes. I was rear-ended, and I went to the radio station. I thought I was fine, and then like within an hour, I was like face down on the desk. My neck was hurting so bad. All right, I'll give you that. I'll give you that, Keon. But you know how it is. People get greedy, and all of a sudden, I have headaches.
Oh,
okay,
sure.
let's look at the list and talk about which one of these things can actually be confirmed by a doctor. Headaches. I could say I have a headache right now. You can't tell me I don't. Can't prove I don't. Let's see. Muscle strains. You can't prove a strain. You can't prove a cervical strain. You can't prove much. Then there's the long-term effects, both physical and emotional. Okay. Well, I can also pretend to have emotional issues. Well, okay, maybe I don't have to pretend.
No.
But whatever the case, you can't prove I do or don't have it. I'm just saying this is, I'm sure maybe one of these people had a little something happen,
Look,
but I think
man.
most of them, this is all just
Isn't it-
sort of trumped up to be a money grab.
Isn't it bad enough that
Do they
these-
all deserve
these-
75,000 apiece?
Isn't it bad enough that these people, first of all, root for the Washington football team? Yes, it's bad. Isn't it bad enough that they have to put up with the antics of their idiot owner? Yes, it's terrible. And isn't it bad enough that they take the risk of going to a field where you might have urine or raw sewage spewed upon you, or the damn parking lot might cave in because it was improperly done? Or if you go to your seat and you're trying to say hi to your favorite player as he leaves the field, the railing.
Your favorite player on another team.
Well,
Yeah,
hold
well, it
on.
might
Those,
be.
so I watched the video again. Those were
They
Eagles
are
fans.
Eagle fans? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They deserve
yeah.
every penny they get.
That the railing gives way and these innocent bystanders fall, plunge down several feet to their peril. Isn't it bad? And I say pay these people.
Oh, I started this by saying pay them. Everybody should get exactly what they're asking for, which is at least $75,000 for each person. And it's also something about in excess of $75,000 per person for loss of income, medical expenses, pain and suffering. Those are the words, pain and suffering. I'm only bringing up the fact that I don't buy into each one of these people having pain and suffering.
Probably not everybody, especially the one guy that immediately popped up off the ground and started trying to get a picture with Jalen. But the guy that the medical person that was standing in the tunnel had to carry off because like he couldn't stand up quite right afterwards.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that person's probably not lying.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't trust anybody. Pay every one of them, except pay them all $150,000 each.
Anything that costs Dan Snyder money makes me happy. So
Yeah,
I'm already
right. and let's just condemn the damn field. Let's just do that. Natty Daddy says, I buy the emotional stress. They trusted that railing and it failed them. Who can they trust now? He says, just kidding. Boo-hoo. Emotional crap. Kyle G says, emotional damage is inherent.
Emotional damage
is inherent for the fans of the NFC East. I just felt like saying that. Yeah, Kyle G didn't say that. Pinocchio says railing trust issues is like jet lag for poor people. Exactly. Big George says, do you think the brave men who served our country on D-Day during World War II got a few days to recuperate from jet lag before storming the beaches in Normandy? Hell no. They fought through that jet lag, and what did they do? Kicked some ass.
Yeah, they did.
Then here comes Donnie. I'm with Keon. I had a 3-hour flight last week, and I felt like I ran a marathon the next morning with wobbly legs. Thank you, Donnie, for making my point.
It's why is it that like you can't just have jet lag and it's just like if you have jet lag and you struggle with it, you wouldn't have survived on D-Day. Like I just
think
that
Camp Lejeune ads. No more Camp Lejeune ads. Have you had jet lag? You might be entitled to compensation.
No, just jet lag affects how you perform because of your lack of sleep. No one's crying about it. I haven't heard a single player say, "Oh, boo-hoo, we're playing in Europe and I wish we didn't." No one has said that.
They each need $75,000 each and every one of these players from Daniel Snyder. That's the only fair thing to happen right now.
I mean, hold on. Daniel Snyder
Yeah,
could just give me the
each-
75,000. Why? Hold on.
You did not suffer. You've been here for a year. You have no jet lag.
I've been watching his damn team for
You
20
have
years.
all over
I've suffered the ultimate jet lag. I've been paying for his product. I've been buying shirts. I've been buying jerseys. I've been buying hats. I've been watching this team struggle to break 500 my entire life. No one has suffered more than me, and it's directly his fault. Talk about emotional
Are
damage.
you a fan of the Washington Commandos? You might be entitled to compensation.
Exactly.
There you
Forget
go.
about the water of Camp Lejeune. Forget about the railing at FedEx Field. If you are simply a fan of the Washington Commandos, we can get you a big payday.
You know what's worse than the water at Camp Lejeune? The sewage water coming out of the top of the stadium. I'm just saying.
I heard they had that piped in from Camp Lejeune.
That's
where that came
that's
from.
a good point.
Wouldn't even surprise me.
That's a good
Wouldn't
point.
even surprise me.
Emotional, damn it.
That's what he's got right there.
Hefty Lefty thinks that Summit Mail Medical could help with the jet lag in the bedroom. You're probably right. So now I like Andy Reid quite a bit. You know that. I've always admired him, think he's a very good coach, but now I got to just sort of tilt my head at him a little bit. Because the other day he's blaming the injuries to Harrison Butker and Trent McDuffie on the Cardinals football field.
Well, do you think I care? Okay, I really don't.
We watched these plays. I didn't see any turf coming up. Did you see turf coming up?
No.
And he says, yeah, that field, that sod, they just did the resodding at the State Farm Stadium, and I know for a fact that's what this is. And well, here was the reaction from the Cardinals. They say, hey, Walrus, that entire field was replaced on Monday, August 22nd, the day after the last home preseason game versus Baltimore. So it'd been there almost 3 full weeks before the week 1 game versus Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
That's more than enough time for the Tifway Bermuda 419 hybrid sod to take root, especially in 109 degrees and abundant sunshine. Because, they go, that thing to the outside. I'm sorry, Andy Reid. That's a bunch of boo-boo. Nanny, boo-boo. Your pants are full of poo-poo.
Well, do you think I care? Okay, I really don't.
Yeah,
So
he's just wrong about this one.
Absolutely wrong. And of course, Andy Reid saying, well, the field at State Farm Stadium is routinely ranked above the best, but if not the best. But he was like, oh, no, but this field, they just redid it. So I blame the Cardinals.
Wow.
So you come down there, you whoop ass on the Cardinals. You get a couple players hurt, like every other team in the NFL last Sunday. And then you're gonna blame the Cardinals grass? Come on, man.
Yeah. I feel so bad for him. I could just cry. Yeah.
Finisher says Andy Reid's got his doctorate in sod science. Swazman says Virginia Beach has the most fun in that part of the country, by the way. The Camp Lejeune area, just so you know. I've been to Camp Lejeune. Lots of mosquitoes. It's kind of humid. Thanks, Swazman. Natty Daddy says, on top of that, the field exceeded inspection too, which means that the NFL inspected the field and said, high marks, all good. So sorry, Andy Reid. While I do appreciate you, think you're cool, you're wrong. You're just damn wrong about this. That's all there is to it. I mean, Cardinals don't have much going for them, but damn it, that field is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
He's just jealous that the Kansas City doesn't have a field that goes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And goes inside and then.
Yeah, their
outside.
stadium is like from the 1960s, I think.
It's outdoor too, isn't it?
Yeah,
and it gets colder in the winter.
Yeah, yeah.
Hefty Lefty says the only time I blame grass is when I get too high. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he smokes. I don't think you smoke pot, Hefty Lefty. Ukla Mock says, was that a penis thermos you showed Keon earlier? I saw this thing on the Twitter. Lindsey Graham was having a press conference, and somebody, an amazing job of CGI editing, put a penis thermos, and he was taking drinks. It just cracked me up, so I showed Keon.
It's alarmingly well
Yeah.
CG'd.
And Ookla, stop watching YouTube. You're not allowed. 888-368-1580. So yesterday we talked about the ratings for Monday Night Football. And I just want to make sure that now that I've had a chance to look at the information, that we all know that 0% of those numbers had anything to do with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. 0%. Nobody says, hey, who's calling the game tonight? I'm going to go listen. If anything, that would have the alternate effect because, pretty much unanimously, everybody can't stand Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Mm-hmm. And so there's no way that they made the number bigger. The storyline made the number bigger. Russell Wilson returning home to Seattle. Of course, a lot of people missing football. You name it. There's many, many other reasons that had zero to do with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. And yes, 19.845 million viewers. Not bad. 1.5 million for the Manning cast, which, that's 7.5% of the total. I would have watched. Did you see any promos from the Manning cast, by the way?
No.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah, I did.
And I've got ESPN Plus and I didn't see a thing. So
I blame ESPN. I think that number could have been bigger because, you have to nerd out a little bit to watch that show. But last year, week 1 was 800,000. And then the next week, it was 1.5 million. So comparatively, they should have a pretty big week 2. But whatever the case, let's just remind ourselves and anyone listening, Joe Buck had nothing to do with it.
See, you tend to look at it as Joe Buck had something to do with this or had nothing to do with it.
He had nothing to do with it.
I look at it this way. They got rid of the 2 of the 3 guys. Steve Levy is back where he's supposed to be, reading news on TV and not calling a football game. They got rid of that horrible Greasy, let him go play a football guy somewhere else and get him the hell out of the broadcast booth. The only guy that I miss is my guy
Louis Riddick.
Louis Riddick. That's the only guy that I actually appreciated on Monday Night Football, and I think it was a hell of a lot better than having the 2 of those 3 stooges in there calling a football game.
I mean, but Joe Buck's big crime is that he's boring.
So here's the thing, Randy. Everything you said is fine, but Joe Buck and Troy Aikman will only turn away viewers. They will never draw viewers.
I get that.
Nobody cares who's calling the game. Here's what happened. Every Monday night, the last couple of seasons, they'd be like, all right, gonna go watch this game. Oh, crap, it's these guys.
See? You just made my point for me. You say
but
nobody
I still
cares.
would turn it on.
Yeah.
People are only turned away when they realize they hate the people calling the game. They're not drawn to it, but like, oh boy, I can't wait to watch a bad game that Al Michaels calls.
But that's what I'm trying to say. People will come and watch the game because Steve Levy and Greasy are gone.
No, people will watch the game and not leave because they're gone. They're not going to come watch the game because they're gone. People don't care who the announcers are.
I beg to differ with you because we spend an awful lot of time whining and bitching about who's on the damn TV calling the game.
I stand by what I'm saying. When you look at a schedule, you go like, oh, that's the game I want to watch. You turn it on, you hear the announcers, and you're either like, oh, yeah, I like this guy. Or you're like, ugh. But it doesn't change the fact that you wanted to watch the game regardless of who the announcers are. The announcers are not a draw to the game. It's all I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. I understand it. But I'm asking you to look at it in a different light, though. Yes, you're right. However.
Well, that's the light I want to look at it in. Yes. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Arizonans are facing big challenges these days. Rising costs at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the pharmacy. That's why Mark Kelly is doing whatever it takes in Washington to bring down costs, even when it means standing up to his own party. The son of 2 police officers, Mark grew up in a house where money was tight. He knows what it means for Arizonans when everyday items cost more. Thanks to Mark Kelly's work, Medicare will finally negotiate down prescription drug prices. Less money spent at the pharmacy means more money stays in your pocket. Mark is leading the effort to cut red tape for truckers and ease supply chain issues. And he's pushing for more domestic oil production to bring down gas prices. Because Mark knows that for a lot of people, every little bit counts right now. Senator Mark Kelly, looking out for Arizona, fighting for us.
I'm Mark Kelly, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mark Kelly for Senate.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
I absolutely love my dog, but the constant shedding, not so much. But then I got a Swiffer Sweeper pet kit, and it is amazing. These super thick cloths pick up a crazy amount of hair. Just look at all that. And that was from just one swipe. And the best part, Sweeper's so much easier to maneuver than a broom or a vacuum, easily getting around chairs and under the couch. You're right. Now I can focus on you, not your shedding. Swiffer Sweeper Pet Kit. Because shed happens.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
It's time once again for the Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. First prize is $1,580 from Harman Solar. Second prize, a Zebra e-bike from Hemingway. And $500 third prize from Harman Solar. Sign up today. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. The Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. From your home for the NFL in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Skibbity wop pop pop, skibbity wop pop 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 pop, skibbity wop pop 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 pop, skibbity pop pop, skibbity boom boom, skibbity boom 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 boom, skibbity boom boom.
The Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, let's get back to the text line, and we were talking about the ratings for the Monday Night Football. Everybody's making a big deal out of it, trying to say like Joe Buck and Troy Aikman had anything to do with it. I say they didn't. In fact, if anything, maybe if they hadn't been on the call, it would have been more people watching.
You mean if Steve Levy was still there, that more people would watch?
No, I'm saying if they had somebody you wouldn't turn away from. Troy Buck and Joe Aikman are two people.
Troy Buck and Joe Acorn
are two people that you go, ugh, and you mute, or you even think, I can't watch this. But, you know, there's other play-by-play guys. You're like, yeah, cool, we're good. You know, even Tony Romo and Jim Nantz, you're like, yeah, all right, cool. That's cool. They're on my game this week. All right. But you don't turn away, but you also don't tune in because it's them. King Kenton says ESPN wastes so much money and talent. Dave Pasch should have been on Monday night. Myself, the King, and Rando could call a better game than Joe and Troy.
There you go.
I don't know about that, King Kittens. I never heard you speak. You know. And also he says, by the way, I saw the play with the kicker on video, the Chiefs kicker, Butker, when he tried to land his plant foot just before booting the opening kickoff, his foot slipped. He grabbed his leg and then pointed at the turf that came up. No turf came up. That was the thing. He just slipped and was trying to blame the, invisible gopher. Natty Daddy says, I care more about watching the game. I enjoy I ignore the announcers for the most part. Yeah, Randy, that's the thing. Even I don't turn the sound off on Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. I don't like them, but I don't. It doesn't. But, I'm there for the game.
What Randy is saying is that it's not Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are the draw. It's the lack of Steve Levy, and that you could have put 2 traffic cones in there.
Exactly. Yep. You could have put a flashing light bulb in there. And it would be better than having Steve Levy and Greasy in there.
Because I turned them off.
Connecticut Texter says it's addition by subtraction.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
Like okay. I can ignore Joe Buck and Troy Aikman.
Yeah,
I couldn't ignore Steve Levy. He was too annoying. I turned him off. Mute.
Hefty Lefty says, is the Manning cast going to do both games on Monday? I doubt it.
Boy, that's a good question.
It'd be cool if they did.
Yeah.
But
I just get the sense that Peyton and Eli are not trying to work that hard.
No.
This is fun for them.
It's too bad. It's too bad, Jeffrey. You didn't watch the Manning cast. I was reading an article today that little brother pokes at big brother a little bit. They were talking about cutting players and that sort of things, and Peyton got started talking about the Colts or something. Eli reminded him the Colts released him, and Peyton he said, "Oh, you didn't have to bring that up." So it was a little comedic relief there between Eli and Peyton.
Well, they always do that. They're always poking at each other a little bit. That's part of what I enjoy about it.
It's Eli is only funny in the context of making fun of Peyton.
Big George says you could have put a dead corpse of John Madden on Monday Night Football, and it still would have been better than Steve Levy. I agree. Steve Levy was the worst part of Monday Night Football. Absolutely. I'm just saying, I don't think anybody did watch two, but they maybe turned away. That's all I was saying. Guano says, just wait till that horrible, terrible Arizona Cardinal turf monster gets a hold of Kyler Murray.
Oh, boy.
Well, can I remind you, Kyler played on that field. He's fine. Kyle G says, Monday Night Football ratings have been down ever since they took it off network television. It's on the network television, Kyle G. What are you talking about?
It's not on public television. It's on.
Yeah, it was on ABC 15 the other day.
Well, it was on ABC 15. Yes,
that's public television.
But I don't think it's. I think it's just on ESPN all the time.
Like Monday Night Football is on ESPN. It's not.
So
on
it's
ABC.
not going to be on. We just had it on ABC.
I don't think it's on ABC. I don't think it's on ABC 15.
No, it was. I swear to God, it was. We talked about it before it happened, and then at home, my wife had it on the 15. So. If it was just that game or if it's going to be, select games, I don't know. Somebody should look into that. But Kyle G, if it's only on ESPN, he says it's behind a paywall because cable. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you have to pay for ESPN if you have cable or DirecTV, but then that last game was on channel 15. I don't know. I have to find out.
Yeah, okay. So I saw here that it's occasionally on ABC and ESPN too,
but not always.
But not always. It's mostly just on ESPN.
Yeah, which is
confusing.
This is the world we live in now. Everybody's just going to have to get used to the idea that probably everything you watch is going to be behind a streaming service, and less is going to be available on broadcast television. I am going to, when I snip off the DirecTV, I'm going to get an actual antenna to use my actual TV tuner to watch when the games are on 10 or 12 or 5 or whatever. And then I guess if it has to be the Apple TV for the Sunday ticket, that's what I'm going to do. But, we just have to get used to the idea that this is where entertainment has gone. Just, hey, you still got us. We're free.
So next Monday night, Titans, Buffalo Bills. It will be exclusively on ESPN. Radio will be on Westwood One. It'll also be on Sirius XM.
But don't tell them about that, Randy.
Steve Levy, Dan Orlovsky, and Louis Riddick will call the game one. Game two will be on ABC, and it will be not on ESPN. It'll be just ABC. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and the crew there.
I hope the Manning cast is the first game.
It doesn't say anything about the Manning cast on either one of these.
I'm going to have to dig into this.
I'm going to dig Steve Levy up again. God damn it. Sway Dave.
And they're going to put Orlowski in there. Oh, great. Oh, joy of joy. Wonderful.
Swave Dave says Butker with rolling his ankle before his foot even touched the turf. I love watching my football. I'm a casual sports fan in general, so I don't have the ESPN. I listened to the game Monday night on 1580, the Fanatic app. I don't know who was announcing, but man, those guys are good.
Yeah.
On Monday, I think it was Ian Eagle, and on the Thursday, or wait, Monday. Oh, no, that's Kevin Harlan. No, that's right. It's Kevin Harlan. Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner. You know Kurt Warner. Yeah, they're damn good. First and 15 says... What? I don't understand how to read what you've typed. Pass is, kick is. Joe Buck is unbearable. Dave, Pash, and Wolfley were the greatest ever. I don't get the is. Is that something that Joe Buck does? He elongates his eyes or is.
I've been tuning him out for so long. I honestly couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fish Tank says, you know how you guys won't do a fourth hour? Manning brothers aren't doing a second game. Same thing. I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Sparty Nation says, hey guys, I was watching Monday night on ESPN. I realized Peyton and Eli were on, immediately switched stations and highly enjoyed the game. On the contrary, watching the Cardinals beat down, my wife asked why I didn't have the TV on mute and have the radio on with Passion Wolf. I had to explain to her it was Romo and Nance broadcasting. So there you go. Yeah, Romo and Nance, you can definitely listen to. I mean, even though Romo kind of gets annoying sometimes.
So Monday, according to NFL, Monday's game, Titans, Buffalo Bills on here on the Fanatic. You'll get to hear the docile tones of Tom McCarthy and Ross Tucker. And then game 2, Vikings Eagle will be Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner.
Kevin Harlan. Random Texture says, would you put Espinoza ahead of Levy for calling an NFL game? She's pretty good for calling softball, but I don't think I liked her in the NFL. Is that woman who sounds like every lady at closing time? Like it says, had that raspy voice. Hello, honey. Is that?
No, Espinoza. Isn't she the former Stanford softball standout, and she played on USA Softball, and she's been calling baseball games.
I don't think I've ever heard her.
Yeah, she calls a lot of baseball games for ESPN.
Big George says next week's game. I'm not reading. Randy, don't ever mention satellite radio again. I mean, we've beaten satellite radio, but I don't want to advertise that they exist.
Sorry.
Trying to take away our way of life.
No,
the last 20 years.
Sorry.
So we've talked about the field conditions at FedEx Field for the horrible Washington Commandos.
Yeah.
We've talked about the non-existent field problems at State Farm Stadium.
Yes.
I don't understand what. I know that Kyler Murray is well known for his college days, and I guess he's known nationally. Maybe not as well known as some others, but why would the Browns put his likeness on their field? That's the thing I don't understand.
Oh,
wow.
Wait, that's not him?
That is not Kyler Murray.
No.
Hold on. I guess I should have read this.
That is Brownie the Elf.
The Cleveland Browns decided to switch things up this year and had fans vote for what they wanted painted the 50-yard line of First Energy. But why Kyler Murray? It had been blank for a few years since the Browns didn't have any logo on their helmet like the other teams. So the fans voted to have Brownie the Elf painted on the field. I guess that was the Browns mascot back during World War II days. And so here's the English folklore. This is the kind of elf that would show up and clean your house if you left a bowl of cream out for it. So Brownie the Elf.
Yeah, that looks like something I'd want in my house.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it in my house.
Yeah. Yeah. And now you know what's going to happen. All the elves of Mordor, they're all going to get together and they're going to start a big brouhaha and they're going to vote that down.
He looks like a Keebler elf.
Yeah, I'm expecting some cookies when I see that son of a bitch show up. Got some Samoas? No? I would just kick that thing through the window. Here, let me help you. Let me help you. Gone. King of Kitten says Ross Tucker, mother. Boomer Sooner says, oh gosh, Tucker's a nice guy, but he does put me to sleep. Hefty Lefty says Espinoza or Jessica Mendoza. No idea what you're saying now.
Jess Mendoza. That's who I'm thinking of. Jessica Mendoza.
Random Texture says, you talk about the field problems at Soldier Field. What problem? That was awesome. Well, there's no problem.
Well, the water was awesome, but prior to the rain, there were divots. It looked bad. The rain actually made it look a little bit better than it actually was. It was not it did not look good.
Did they have a concert? Did I read they had a concert there or something last week?
It's Chicago. Who cares? 888-368-1580. Yeah, I thought that was amazing. I love weather games, except for when it's my team and it's important, because it's fun to see people run around in the snow or people getting muddy, rain, making the ball come out of people's hands and just everybody, whoop, 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 that sort of thing. except for when it's your team and there's
Yeah.
playoff implications. Then
Yeah.
it's no fun at all. Or when some of your guys get injured. But hey, we're headed in a direction where every single field is going to be indoors. Because that's the great equalizer.
Well-
Some people think there's field advantage, but there's also disadvantage. Or some of these teams that have these open air stadiums will never get a Super Bowl again. They're never going to play a Super Bowl in ice and snow ever again. That's never going to happen.
No, they tried it once. They had the Super Bowl in MetLife, where the Giants and Jets are. That year they opened it, and it was a disaster. Just the fans are cold. If you go to the Super Bowl to watch your team and your team starts losing, now you're just in the cold, freezing, miserable. Nobody likes that. And then, of course, they like to have the whole, party atmosphere the week leading up to the Super Bowl. And that kind of gets destroyed by the weather, too. So, yeah, it's unlikely to happen again.
Yeah, Hefty, I think you're right. The rain did make Soldier Field safer. Less injuries in waterlogged fields and snow. The ground gives way, so you're not going to have as many non-contact injuries. Just makes the passing game hard to watch.
Boy, watching that game reminded me of the days when I was growing up and I'd go down to the park there.
Yes.
And we would play in the irrigation water out there.
Yes.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, we did. By no means was that unhealthy.
No.
Kyle G says the elf is kind of dumb, but I still like it. They should bring back old logos more often. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I think the old Patriots logo was cool. The old Colts stuff. I don't care for the horse.
So you think the bent over Minuteman hiking of football?
Yeah, how I
Pat,
like it.
Pat the Patriot.
I
think that's
the way you want to see that on the side of the helmet there.
Hey, Pat. I like how you do your stance. I'm gonna reach in there between your legs.
Ooh.
Grab myself something out of there. Don't be weird. I'm just gonna grab the ball. It's gonna make it uncomfortable.
Well,
we
Happy
passed
Lefty.
uncomfortable a little while ago, but
The weather was luckily good for the MetLife Super Bowl. The only nightmare for the Broncos there is because they forgot to show up. Heavy
True.
Metal Maniac says, did you see the video of the fans fighting NFL games? You know what? There's always, and that's something I don't get it. I mean, I guess I understand. I'm a grown-up. Alcohol plus dumbasses equal fights. But it just seems like, is it just me or is there more and more and more every single year? Like as soon as the season happens for basketball, fight in the stands, baseball, fights in the stands, football, fights in the stands, everything, the fifth grade graduation, fights in the stands. It just, what in the hell is going on with this society that we can't not fight in the stands? Used to be like every year you'd get one. Oh my God, you see that fight they had over there at the Dodger Stadium? It was always the Dodger Stadium too before. Remember that? Always Dodger Stadiums or Raiders, where the Raiders were. Hell yeah. Oh my God, there's the fight there. Oh, you don't want to go down there and mess up. No, don't you do that. You didn't hear about all these fights in all these places where you're like, wait, what? They're fighting where? It just seems like, I don't know. It's just gotten weird, man. Why is everybody fighting? What is there to fight about?
Just a lot of people don't know when to quit. I mean, when they heckle and heckle and heckle and heckle and they start picking on somebody and then feelings get hurt and then you start throwing hands. That's what happens.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. The one person who had a right to have a fight didn't. You seen the old lady sitting there puking at the Bengals game? She's just sitting there uncontrollably puking as she sat there smiling. And there's this kid sitting in front of her with a neck brace, probably another story. But she's like puking on his back and then down on the ground underneath. And he had looked like I had a bag or something under the seat. So that's getting hit. His dad is sitting there and he's smiling. He looks over at him, Caesar. He's like, oh, he goes, you're riding in the back on the way home. He didn't even try to help him move the kid. Try to say, hey, lady, don't puke on my kid. She's just, you haven't seen the video?
No. I'll have to look that up.
I haven't seen it either.
I'll find that and put it on the Twitter. It's horrific. But that guy had a right to say, hey, lady, what the hell? He's just kind of like, you're about to have a bad day.
Wow.
Maybe it was grandma. I don't know. Maybe that made it a sweet, endearing story. You'll always have part of grandma with you.
Sweet, endearing story.
You'll always have a little bit of grandma with you in your backpack, in your hair, down your neck brace, in your underwear. Seriously, this woman was just all over the kid. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 Fanatic.
No one else does what I do in diamonds. Sorry if that sounds bold, but it's true, and I do it all for you. Hi, Diamond Dave Cantor, the only wholesale diamond dealer open to you by appointment. I import diamonds directly from cutters from around the world. That's right. That means you're getting diamonds direct from the source. We have the lowest overhead office of anyone in the diamond business. So we ship to clients around the world because of our low price wholesale model. We design and create your custom rings. Again, working directly means you're working with the source. No one else with fourth generation connections, direct diamond importing, and design and manufacturing works directly with you except me. And with all that, we still offer incredible one-on-one service, direct contact on my personal cell through the process, and the promise we want you to have the best diamond quality and experience in any price range.
No one else can do what Diamond Dave does. Call him today at 480-397-2450 or reach him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's Kantor, or visit him online at diamonddaveaz.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Meet Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boosts that make you feel like
I like to boost it, my vitamins can boost it. I like to boost it, we like to boost it.
Boost effervescent vitamins turn your H2O into H2O to give you a fizztastic feeling like
I like to boost it, my vitamins can boost it. I like to boost it, we like to boost it.
Because it's not just vitamins. It's Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boost.
NASCAR Championship Weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship Weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Don't just do it every day.
Do it several times a day.
Because it feels that good.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Get the latest sports headlines.
The buzz around the league. Listen to podcasts.
Stay up with social media.
Just log on to our website
at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And yes, DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. And yeah, of course, there's the promos to get you in there and get you betting. The $200 is great, but also they got some other fun stuff that anybody can participate in. There's this deal they've got where if you bet on LA or Kansas City to win, if your team leads by 7 at any point during the game, you get paid instantly. Even if your team loses, you win the bet. All kinds of cool little promo bets like that. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code BET1580. Get $200 in free bets instantly when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That is code BET1580 only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus issued as free bets. 1 early win token issued at opt-in. Moneyline bets only. Deposit and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at DraftKings.com/football terms. Okay, so I did post the Twitter video that we were talking about before the break. I can tell Keon has seen it.
I could have lived a few lifetimes without seeing that.
Yeah. And then people don't have to go watch it. Mystery Girl texts in and says, Jeffrey, please, no videos, no puke videos, please. We're all going to be puking soon. I get it. Some people react that way when they see certain things. So Mystery Girl, simple solution. Don't watch it. But it was just bizarre more than anything. And I didn't realize is that video also plays all the highlights from stupid people fighting at the football games that we were just talking about. I didn't realize that was on there. So that will also show you how bad it's gotten out there.
You got some Cowboys fans going at it. You had some Rams fans in the streets.
And then people fighting each other, their own, like Cowboy fans fighting Cowboy fans.
Oh boy.
You know, it's getting silly. It's getting silly.
Is that a little boy in front of her? Or is that a little girl in front of her?
It's some kid. I know it was
Looks
a kid.
like a little
Maybe it was
girl
a
to
girl.
me. Yeah.
She ain't getting them chunks out of her hair anytime soon. It's
boy.
horrible.
Oh boy.
Hefty Lefty says that Ohio River water beer is going to get you after a while. Lost Toby says, I looked into the Saber thing. Yeah, that guy is a racist. I think Sarver. He says, yeah, that guy is a racist scumbag. I apologize for being wrong. Now I'm going to continue to get drunk for my birthday. That's all right, Lost Toby. Your being wrong didn't take away from my being right. It was just, it was good for conversation. So we don't get mad around here.
But it's cool you took a second look. That's pretty awesome.
Good for you, Lost Toby. And happy birthday, scumbag. Let's see. Heavy Metal Maniac says, is Detroit Lion fans fighting because they haven't won any games other than they've got nothing to fight about? Probably that, yeah. Big George says, I think I saw Boogie getting his ass kicked in that video you posted, Jeffrey. Will you give me the time code on that? I'll go take a look. Joe the Show says, there's nothing more pathetic than patting a Minuteman on the ass to hike you a ball. America. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He said patriotic. I guess my mind transposed that to pathetic because that's how it is. Booger Wolf says, what's up, Bunyan Brothers? Randy, pour me a drink, you turd bird. Keon, you stay hating. Go Niners, he says.
Yeah.
Booger Wolf.
How's that?
Booger
How's
Wolf
that?
calling anyone a hater is
Yeah.
the funniest
Booger
thing
Wolf,
to me
how's
right
that
now.
L field this week? Yeah.
Yeah, you did get an L. And a big old bag of I told you so about Trey Lance. That's how you like them apples. So Nathaniel Hackett had an opportunity, and he was almost there. So, of course, people are still talking about him trying for a 64-yard field goal rather than just going for it with one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And he says, looking back at it, we definitely should have gone for it. So at that moment, somebody should have turned off the mic and led him away. But they didn't. And he goes on to say, it's one of those things where you look back at it and you say, of course we should go for it. We missed the field goal. But in that situation, we had a plan. We knew that the 46 was the mark. Let me pause there. 46 was still a 64-yard field goal. So they basically said, no, we knew we were good at 46. Does this guy know that the longest field goal that a kicker has ever kicked is not his go-to mark? The go-to mark is where his most consistent numbers are. And it wasn't the 46. It would have been maybe the 30, maybe the 35 if you're good, right? But still, he says, in that situation, we had a plan. We were 3rd and 15, I think. 3rd and 13. I'm more upset about that play before to lose yards. Okay, nobody's upset about the play because, things happen, Hackett. Everybody's upset that you didn't go for it rather than trying to kick an impossible field goal. He just doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Hackett doesn't understand what the most basic of football fan out there is going to tell you. That was dumb.
So let me just throw this out there. If they went for it on 4th and 5 and they don't get it, they lose the game, right? I mean, either way, they lose the game, right?
The issue is the time.
Well, I know what the issue is.
They didn't lose the game. It's a tie.
I know what the situation is, but either way, it's going to be a negative situation, right?
They don't lose the game, but they lose the ball.
Russell Wilson and the Broncos were not able to deliver all night long. They looked rusty all night long. They were in the red zone how many times? 4 times. They had opportunities to kick field goals how many times? But the bottom line is, my point being, Either way, it was not going to be a win.
Well,
so this guy, it seems to me, this guy was he was either he's between rock and a hard place.
Yeah,
okay, they were not in the red zone.
All these
and
millions.
Russell Wilson had been effective the entire game, except for in the red zone. Except for in the red zone, you had a better probability and a chance of getting a first down than you did of trying to kick a 64-yard field goal.
If I have to ask Russell Wilson to complete one pass of 5 yards, I would rather do that than kick a 62-yarder. That cannot be your best option.
My point is, either way, this guy loses. Either way, all the millions and millions of football guys that are much better than him, and he just happens to be the head coach of the Denver Broncos. Either way, this guy's going to take it in the shorts. Either way.
I tell you what, if he had gone for it, if he put the ball in Russ Wilson's hand and they went for it on fourth down, you know what people have said? Shame Russell couldn't get it done, but people wouldn't have been freaking out about it because that's a smarter play.
And the reason why I don't think it's a rock and a hard play situation is that if they had gone for it on fourth down and not made it, you're not going to hear a single person on earth going, well, they should have kicked the 62-yarder.
I don't know.
Who would have said that? No one.
I'm just telling you. All I've been hearing about this guy made a decision. It was obviously, according to the millions of people that know way more about football than this guy, yet he's the head coach. He made the wrong decision.
Well, he's a rookie head coach too.
And the bottom line is, either way, this guy couldn't win.
He's got
seems to me.
He's got exactly one game more of experience being the head coach of a football team than anybody else.
Somehow he's got experience because otherwise, how did he end up as he wasn't a line cook at McDonald's?
No,
for goodness'
but
sakes.
not every coordinator it turns into a great coach.
You know, you're right,
Coordinator
Randy.
to coach, 2 different jobs.
You're right, Randy. A line cook at McDonald's would have never done some dumb bleep like this.
And because again, the time, you have to factor in the time. If you say it was
By the
either
way,
pick up the first down or kick the field goal, that's one thing. But you've got to factor in that he had 46 damn seconds.
I've already. It wasn't 46. I think it was 20 seconds, wasn't it?
Well,
And it was
around the time that I saw the clip of Peyton Manning on the Manning cast say, "Call timeout, call timeout."
Well,
at least talk about it.
20 seconds left in the game. It was 4th and 5. He made a decision, and I say, you know what?
It's a bad one.
It was a bad decision. So be it. So we move along.
Well, and the reason why it's worth mentioning, though, is because we all have spent the entire summer talking about how tough the AFC West is. The AFC West is brutal. Look at these teams. But here's the thing: the margins come down to coaching.
Yeah, but I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that. All I'm hearing is everybody knows better than this rookie football coach. He gets
they do, Randy.
In this particular situation,
they do.
he's wrong.
Nah.
Like situationally, 4th and 5, your quarterback who is going to the Hall of Fame to throw 5 yards as opposed to your kicker to kick 62 yards is, like Jeffrey said.
I've already surrendered this.
I understand.
What I'm tired of is
he's a bad coach, Randy. He's a bad coach.
We don't even know.
We knew that from decisions earlier in the game. Listen, what kind of a coach after the first time in the red zone fails and then doesn't kick the next time they're in the red zone? He went 4 times in the red zone and came away with nothing. Okay, first time, the next 3 times I'm kicking. Well, then he didn't do it the second time. He didn't do it third time. He didn't do it any time. That's a bad coach. So even if the kick, even if there wasn't a 64-yard kick, we would still be saying Nathaniel Hackett is a bad coach.
Early returns look bad. I'm not even going to say he's a bad coach because it's week 1. It's one game. I'm not going to.
He's a bad coach and he's a selfish lover.
But that is the wrong decision, and I don't
say
care.
It was the wrong decision.
No,
I didn't say it wasn't the wrong decision.
I'm not putting words in your mouth at all. All I'm saying is, just because he knows more football than me doesn't make him right that time.
I'm not even saying he knows more football than you.
Several times before.
Good God! We talk about people fighting in the stands. This is why, because people won't shut up. Just move on,
I'm
man.
puking on the back of Keon right now.
Well, that's
Good
the thing.
night. So the guy.
The only
blew
reason
it.
I brought it up again, Randy, is because he came out and brought it up again, and he couldn't just stop with looking back at it. We should have definitely gone for it, and then after that, doubled down on it not being the wrong thing to do.
Listen, if I'm him, I do the same damn thing. You're not going to question my decision. I made a decision, whether it was right, wrong, or
that's
indifferent.
what you should have said.
Here's the difference, Randy. You wouldn't have said a thing about it. You would have said you've been that was the decision we made, and that's the way it is. Let's talk about the next game.
And I could respect that 10 times more than him basically going, well, maybe we should have gone for
He's
it.
not
But
Bill Belichick.
He
That's all I'm
doubled
saying.
down on dumb.
This guy, I'm sure, has learned a valuable lesson. That's all I'm
We
saying.
shall see.
He learned 5 valuable lessons for the other 4 times he didn't kick the ball.
Yep. Boss Toby says Russell should demand a trade. Wilson for Jimmy G. Bam, done deal. Baker's Cocky Hen says, rumor is Nathaniel, wait for it, can't hack it.
Just a step above Chris Blewett, man.
We're going to call that a 5-minute penalty for Baker's Cocky Hens.
Yeah,
You're
on,
not able to text for 5 minutes. We got a lot more probably bad jokes like that. Text line is lighting up on this. We'll get back to it when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, Jada Cantor here, Desert Wholesale Diamond. I'm Diamond Dave's daughter. For over 31 years, my dad has been importing directly from overseas and building beautiful rings for clients, all at wholesale prices. How can he do what no one else can? He grew up in my grandpa's 22-store chain, starting part-time at age 13. And when he sold to the big chains, my dad started his own company in 1990. No one else with the 4th-generation connections, in-house importing, and design opens their office to individuals but him. He loves offering expertise to you so you can get a true wholesale deal and propose with the ring you never imagined possible. It's amazingly rewarding, and so many of his clients become friends. If you had a friend that could offer you a true wholesale deal on a diamond, wouldn't you call him? Well, now you do. My dad, Diamond Dave.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450 or reach him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's Kantor, or visit him online at diamonddaveaz.com. That's diamonddaveaz.com.
The third chapter of the trilogy is here. Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin return to the ring this Saturday with the undisputed super middleweight championship on the line. FanDuel is giving new customers a no-sweat first bet. Right now, new customers get up to $1,000 back in free bets if your first bet doesn't win. Just sign up with my promo code, Randy1580. Bet on who will win, knockouts, when the fight will end, and a whole lot more. Don't miss out on your chance for a no-sweat first bet when Canelo Alvarez takes on Triple G. Join now with promo code Randy1580. That's $1,000 back in free bets if your first bet doesn't win. It's exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. 21 and older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credits that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
Man, I slept.
New ZQuil Pure Z's restorative herbal sleep is made for people who are tired of being tired.
I've never slept like this before. I've never woken up like this before.
A melatonin-free sleep aid made with a botanical blend that contains clinically studied and effective valerian root, hops, and passion flower, shown to help promote better restorative sleep. ZQuil Pure Z's restorative herbal sleep. Sleep this good, feel this good. Available at retailers near you.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K256 Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Broadcasting live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. During the break there, I went over to play with my dog a little bit. Not a euphemism, actually playing with a dog. And he's still enough of a puppy that if I go over to him and he's lying there and I start petting him on the head, he goes, he thinks it's time to play. And it's just in my back of my head, after seeing that video on the Twitter of that woman puking on the back of that kid, funny, I just walked up to my dog with a mouthful of water, started playing with him and went, bleh. And just to see the look on his face, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do it one of these days. And he'll probably bite my face off, but it'll be worth just to see the look of surprise because he's not going to see that coming. Who sees that coming? Nobody sees that coming. Anyway, what are we doing? Yeah, we're doing a show. So, all right, we have a lot of texts about Nathaniel Hackett because we were talking about that right before we went to break. So let's just clear the text line. We'll move on to the next thing. Let's see. Cowboy Sparky says, I'm with Randy on this subject. Randy's right.
Please. Please.
Licky Lips Johnson says, Nathaniel, you mean Neanderthal? Chief Skull says, the Denver coach keeps trying to justify his decision and he keeps coming up with reasons that he's an idiot. Eddie V says, why doesn't the coach in Denver have any confidence in his superstar quarterback? That's the real question to me because he's an idiot. I think we answered that. Hefty Lefty says, if they'd gone for it on fourth from the beginning, they would have had 3 timeouts left and could have stopped the clock. His biggest mistake was wasting 40 seconds after the Williams tackle and then calling timeout. Yeah, it was a bad chain of events. And everybody watching was just scratching their heads going, what are these guys doing? Booger Wolf says, I just finished a job in Prescott and I saw Jeffrey's mom get in trouble for chopping down a 100-foot Douglas fir with an axe. That doesn't even make any sense unless there's some story and it's some grim looking person. Prison Wallet says, if they went for it on 4th and 5 and didn't get it, no one would have said they should have tried that field goal. Nobody. You're right. Heavy Metal Maniac says, how do you guys do there on the 15-8 Fanatic picks? I had 7 wrong. Well, we talked about this yesterday. Keon and I had 9. I think Randy had 6. And Izzy for the Fanatic had the most of anybody with 10 right. So the rookie is already up on all of us. So gonna have to.
And really, I imagine Izzy picked a lot of the same things that the rest of us picked, but he's a Bears fan. So
here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Nobody picked the Bears but Izzy. So I'm gonna start to call him in the middle of the night. I'm gonna get him good and tired.
Are you?
And his picks are gonna suck next week. He's gonna, Izzy, did you see the forms? I got to fill out the forms. What? Okay. All right, guys, make sure you fill out the forms. Click. Later. Izzy, did you call me? What? No, I didn't call you. I swear to God, I think you called me. What? I'm just trying to sleep here. Well, listen, hey, next time you call me, leave a message. Don't just call and just hang up. What are you talking about? Click. I'm going to Bill Belichick Izzy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he will not pick as well next week. That's my strategy. Who's with me?
That'll do it, huh? Okay.
Who's with me? Happy Lefty says, the only possession the Broncos could have kicked a field goal in and didn't was the Melvin Gordon fumble. That was 4th down. The Williams fumble was on 3rd down. Yeah, but Hefty, listen, I get what you're saying, but there was 4 times to the red zone. Okay, there was the fumble that was on 3rd down. Still, 3 of those times. Field goal, win the game. There you go. It's over. Big George says, why is everyone yelling?
Well, I already explained yesterday.
So Big George says, did you see what LeBron James just tweeted about Robert Sarver? He said, read through the Sarver stories a few times now. I got to be honest, our league definitely got this wrong. I don't need to explain why. Y'all read the stories and decide for yourself. I said it before and I'll say it again. There's no place in this league for that kind of behavior. I love this league and I deeply respect our leadership, but this isn't right. There's no place for misogyny, sexism, and racism in any workplace. Don't matter if you own the team or play for the team. We hold our league up as an example of our values, and this ain't it. He's right.
Yeah, not wrong there.
I can't disagree. You know, I whether you like him or hate him, that right there, I find absolutely no fault in that statement. I find a lot of fault in his hairline, but I don't find any fault in that statement. LeBron, they're doing miracles. What are you doing with your head? Kyle G says, you're going to Belichick Izzy? Where are you putting the cameras, Jeffrey? I think that's a felony. Not like talking in the bathroom. I'm talking about calling the hotel the night before a game or setting off the fire alarms kind of thing, Kyle G. And yeah, I mean, I ain't going to do nothing to get me fired. Eddie V says NBA players have values. Who knew?
Well, come on.
Listen, they have a lot of family values because they have a lot of kids. Come on. That was funny.
I don't know.
That was funny. That was funny.
Listen, not everybody is, I don't know, Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean? Not everybody.
Overwhelmingly, most people aren't.
A few people aren't. Most of us are Deshaun Watson. I'm Deshaun Watson.
I will not be saying
Randy's
that
Deshaun
in
Watson.
I am Spartacus kind
Bite
of way.
your tongue, keep my name out of your mouth. If that's the case.
I'm just kidding. Eddie B. Yes, there's more people that are decent folks than are dirt bags. Yes, the NBA players have value.
Especially the guy like LeBron who just gives back to his community, raises his kids. I don't know. Like, is that really the example we're gonna make here?
He is raising his kids to be as annoying as he is. God bless him.
Which, that's not a crime.
Yeah, he just became a billionaire. How bad is it going to be? He's such a horrible father. His kids are billionaires too, Oh, what are they going to do with that kind of money? Ken Kitten says, I'm watching a game from Yankee Stadium and they've got infield sodded over with grass for the soccer match. Makes me miss the infield dirt at Raiders games, he says.
Mm-hmm.
Good Cat says, Jeffrey's going to Belichick Izzy. Deflate gate. Yeah, I'm going to go in there and deflate the wheels in the chair in the control room. He's like, why am I lower? He says, what the hell's happening down here? Ukla says, I find a lot of fault in LeBron's NBA views of China. Yeah, I can join you on that one. But listen, I don't care about the politics of things so much, except for, you're right about the China thing.
But what are his views on China? Has he said? The only time that people bring it up, they talk about the time that LeBron criticized what's his name when he was the GM of the Rockets,
right?
And I point out that there were NBA players in China at the time, and if he was going to, it seemed like LeBron's criticism was, you don't know what's going on. There are people over there. Steph was over there at the time. Yeah. James Harden was over there at the time. They were all doing shoe stuff. But
maybe the point is that nobody should be doing business with China. You know what I mean? Maybe nobody should be doing this.
Which is true, but then that's like, go higher than LeBron. LeBron is not doing business with China. Adam Silver and the NBA and all 30 owners are doing business with China, as well as Nike, as well as Under Armour, as well as Adidas. So,
absolutely right.
Don't stop at LeBron. It's just weird that it's like LeBron's views on China. When LeBron hasn't really said anything, because LeBron doesn't. Really.
I think you're right. I think sometimes people mistake LeBron as the spokesperson and the commissioner of the NBA. He's only the coach of the team he's on. I don't think it goes beyond
general
that.
Manager, of course.
Yeah. Eddie V says, must be nice to be able to pick and choose where you put your values. I don't give a damn what LeBron says.
What values are we talking about here, though? LeBron has never committed crimes. LeBron made a bunch of money and was like, you know what? I'm going to give it back to the people who need it where I grew up, and I didn't have the things that I needed growing up, and I've given it back. So what values are you criticizing, really? It just seems like you don't like LeBron, which is okay. Just don't like LeBron.
Boomer Sooner says, shoot, Jeffrey, you're annoying at times. Yeah, but that's by design. Booger Roll says, I'm going to go punch Sarver right in the Trisket snapper, then go kick a coyote right in the nuttos. Go Niners.
Wow.
I'm going to stop saying go Niners. You can't make me keep saying that. Big George says, I agree with you, Jeffrey. I may not. Okay, I've lost the screen on this. I'm sorry. I can't read the rest of that text until the screen refreshes. I got a problem with the text line. Beer Nut says, LeBron's shoes are made in China. Yeah, everything seems to be made in China.
So are Steph's.
Yeah.
So are James Harden's. If you're going to picking on LeBron, exactly. If you're going to criticize the NBA, criticize the whole NBA, not just LeBron.
I'd love to shut down, what's going on between us and China, but then there'd be no Walmart.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, how many things do we get from China? It's not just the NBA. So again, if you're going to criticize business dealings with China, point fingers at everybody who's dealing with China, not
we
just
need
LeBron
them
James.
6-year-olds making your iPhones. So you shut your trappers.
Wow.
Great fire. Hefty Lefty says they had 4 trips to the red zone. 2 were field goals, 2 were fumbles. My point is valid. Only one instance where they didn't kick a field goal and they could have. Clock management at the end and goal line play calling were his downfall. I'm not absolving his culpability, but there was only one drive where they didn't kick it when normal football coaching says kick it. Okay.
Well, I'll grant you that.
Guess what, though? Even one kick would have won the game. Last Optimist says, so LeBron was worried that if we said anything bad about China, the players currently in China might become political hostages. And that's supposed to invalidate complaints on China?
Well, the timing of it. Say it after they get home. Is that fair? Like, if your friends, like if you had a friend in China and you knew that
going back and forth, though. So why does it matter when it's said?
Yeah, that's true, but it's just like, at least for those guys in that exact moment, because that's the moment was. The moment was there were 3 or 4 NBA players in China. Now, if you're saying you have a friend, because LeBron is friends with these people, Steph, James, so on, and you had a friend in China, and you were just going to send a tweet that could actually get that person stuck in China as a prisoner of some kind or whatever, you're just going to send the tweet just because, well, does it matter what time? No, you're going to wait till your friends come back home.
Keon is now the lawyer for LeBron James, so I'll let him answer this next question. Aiton's Army says, what about LeBron James openly advocating against the coronavirus vaccine? Where were his values then?
He was wrong. But again, that's one opinion. Like, people have multiple values, multiple facets. I'm sure that I have said things that someone would go, that's a bad take. That's a ridiculous.
I have a list.
I'm sure you do. But I hope that people wouldn't say he has no values, which is what the text was. Where were his values? He has plenty. He was wrong about COVID because a lot of people were wrong about COVID. That's all.
I was right about COVID. I was telling everybody about it December before it all hit.
But before it hit,
you're welcome.
Before it hit, I was one of the people going, I don't really know. I don't really buy it. Then it hit, and I was like, okay, well, that's I was wrong. I was definitely very incorrect.
Aiton's Army says even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has criticized LeBron's values for being misguided at times. He is not a saint. Neither is Steph Curry. Neither is Kevin Durant. Neither is any other of these stars.
Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I
don't focus on LeBron for his political views or his health views. I focus on what the hell is happening on the top of his head. It's so damn distracting. I can't take it.
If you're going to criticize LeBron James for his lack of values, then you're going to have to criticize everyone you know, because LeBron has some bad opinions like everybody does.
I think Jeffrey
take the word
criticizes
lack of
LeBron
values.
for his lack of hair.
Yes, lack of hair. But you take away the lack of values and change it to different values. He has different values, maybe on certain topics and certain things. Does that make him a bad guy?
Like, I don't want to hear.
I don't
about,
like him. Understand? I don't like LeBron James's personality. I don't care for the man, but I can't say that what he does as a human being is bad. He does a lot of good for his community. We've talked about that before. Do I share his views on this, that, or the other? No, but I don't share the same views with Randy on every single thing. I don't share the same views as Keon on every single thing. F you, Randy. F you, Keon. I mean, it's not the way it works.
Yeah.
So, but why is LeBron the lightning rod? You know what I mean? I don't care. I'm not saying this just to be a guy on a microphone.
You've never liked him.
I just never cared for
the day that we first talked about LeBron, you were like, I don't like him.
It's one of those guys where you're kind of like, But I can't.
But when we
as a
talk
guy
about
who don't like him, I can't say he's evil because of this, that thing, or the other.
When we talk about lack of values, people I like Deshaun Watson. That is lack of values. That is a person who did a terrible, terrible thing. LeBron hasn't done anything like that. He's never committed a crime. He's never put his hands on a woman. He's not like.
I hope we never find out that he did.
Agreed. But let's scale our dislike of the guy to something reasonable. Like, if you don't like him and you don't like his opinions on certain things, or you think that he's arrogant, or you think that, you know what, LeBron is speaking on issues he really shouldn't. He's not qualified to. I can understand all that, and that makes sense.
Yeah, but sometimes he does.
To say he's lacking in values is just, I don't understand that.
Yeah. Jake the Snake says, I don't care for LeBron either, but he is legit a good guy. Chief Skull says, I criticize LeBron James for his lack of leadership on the court. Fair enough. And that's where I don't like his personality plays, but I also didn't used to like Chris Paul's personality when he plays and the way he would interact with referees, so that's nothing personal. Last Optimist says, all I know is those contractors on the Death Star, they knew what they were getting into. Eddie V says LeBron James should focus his energies on being a thermostat, not a thermometer.
A thermostat.
Rather than the temperature, don't tell the temperature. I don't know, but he's just talking about Robert Sarver, which he can't control. And we all talked about Robert.
The great
Sarver.
thing about America is we are all entitled to our opinions, and I think LeBron James is just voicing his opinion.
Yeah, and people lose their minds when he does.
And that's one of the problems that's why you ask about people that fighting in stands, because people can't let things go. People can't, you can't just tune it out. You hear somebody heckling. You can be nice and respectful and ask them to knock it up, but you don't have to go to blows with people in the stands because you don't agree with their opinion.
Please stop making me defend LeBron. I don't enjoy this. All right, I've defended LeBron more than I've ever wanted to.
This is the thing where I've run into with my own wife, and she, so this is just a personal thing. My father and I did not have any kind of good relationship. He was an a-hole, and my wife says, but you love your dad. No, I said no, actually, I didn't. And she says, yeah, but you defend him sometimes. I said, no, what I defend is what is true and what is not true. If somebody had said something that was untrue about my dad, I would say, no, that's not true, A, B, C, D. But that doesn't mean I love the guy. That just means that what somebody said was wrong about him. So, you don't have to like the guy. And Keon doesn't have to like the guy. And I don't have to like the guy, but you do have to defend what is true. And the truth of the matter is, LeBron opens his mouth, sticks his foot in there sometimes, talks about stuff he has no idea what he's talking about, or he just has opinions that are different than yours and you don't like it. But there's yet to be a thing where somebody says, that guy is a bad guy, any worse of a guy than anybody else. And listen, I buy stuff from China. You buy stuff from China. Until you can take the plank out of your eye and, you're going to point out the speck in somebody else's, everything that's from China, you throw that crap out of your house. Then you start talking. I got a lot of stuff from China. I like it. It was inexpensive, and someday that's going to cost us dearly. But come on, LeBron is not what you guys are trying to make him out to be. That's all. Let's take a break and talk about something else when we come back. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
After 1 week of games, the Buffalo Bills are still the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Bills currently at plus 500, the Bucks at plus 700, Chiefs at plus 800, LA Chargers are up to plus 1100, and the Packers at plus 1400. Georgia now the favorite to win another college football playoff national championship. The Bulldogs at plus 175, surging past Alabama at plus 300, Ohio State at plus 350, Clemson and USC each at plus 1200. College football week 3, Arizona State hosting Michigan State Saturday night. The Sun Devils a 20-point favorite, 57.5 the total. Also Saturday night, Arizona hosting North Dakota State. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
Hi, this is Nick LaCaprio with the Daily Sports Quiz. Sometimes you get a pitcher that can hit. Jack Quinn was just that, a great pitcher, and boy, could he hit. He hit some home runs in his day, played for 8 teams in the major leagues, and he played a long time. How old was Quinn when he retired? The answer is coming up.
When you want trivia from the world of sports, Daily Sports Quiz host Nick LaCapria has it. Baseball lovers, go online to baseballtrivia.org. Basketball fans, check out basketballtrivia.net. Football fans, head on over to footballtrivia.net. Hockey trivia, that's hockeytrivia.net. And boxing fans, log on to boxingtrivia.net. Stay tuned to this radio station for the Daily Sports Quiz or visit Nick LaCapria's sports-specific trivia websites.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz: how old was Jack Quinn when he retired from baseball? By the way, this guy at one time held the record for hitting a home run at the oldest age. He was 50 years old. I'm Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-813-8757 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-813-8757. That's 800-813-8757. What do you have to lose? Call 800-813-8757. Again, 800-813-8757.
Sunday night is football night in America. And this week, it's an NFC showdown between two storied franchises. The Bears are confident after a win in the Windy City over the 49ers. Meanwhile, the Pack return home, looking to get their season back on track after a tough loss to the Vikings. Bears, Packers, Sunday night football. On your home for primetime NFL games, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Yeah, and as that golden voiced announcer just said, football is happening here on The Fanatic, and tomorrow night's no different. Got the Thursday night football game against the Chiefs Chargers. We'll lock horns in Kansas City. And FanDuel Sportsbook is giving you the ability to combine bets into all sorts of same-game parlays, so you can put a little money down on this bet. Like you could put $1 down and see, I don't know, maybe you take Justin Herbert over passing yards, Patty Mahomes over touchdown throws, and you pick what's his name, the tight end, Travis Kelce, to get more than 5 receptions in the game. Bam, there it is. Same game parlay right there. And it's just one of the reasons that I choose FanDuel for my betting vehicle. It's also easy to use, easy to register, easy to deposit. Live betting happens where you can place your bet fast during a game if you see a trend you like. My friends use it. Jeffrey's got the app. Keon's got the app. Radio Ron's got the app. And they love betting on the FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. And when you win, bammo, you get your payouts quick. FanDuel doesn't hold on to it. There's no reason to worry about it. You get those payouts fast. So right now, new customers on the FanDuel Sportsbook app get up to $1,000 back in free bets if your first bet doesn't win with my promo code Randy1580. That's promo code Randy1580. If you're a new customer to FanDuel, get your bet back in free bets if your first bet doesn't win, up to $1,000. Again, my promo code Randy1580. You can make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Remember, you got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after you get them. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342, Jeffco.
All right, so let's talk about coaches.
Okay.
I think
Coaches.
we should have
Are we
some
talking
sort of
Nathaniel Hackett? Is that who we're talking?
I think we should have a new segment called "Coaches Said What," because I got a bunch of coach stuff. No more
Uh-huh.
Nathaniel Hackett. Tired
Okay.
of talking about that.
All right.
I do want to ask. Who says who? Okay, Mike Tomlin was talking about rookie running back Jalen Warren, and he says, "Hey, I tell you what, he didn't urinate down his leg."
What?
People asked him, so how did he do out there? Well, he didn't urinate down his leg.
Yeah, he's
Is
just saying he
that
wasn't
a
scared.
thing? Is that
Does that happen a lot in the NFL?
Is that a coach speak thing or?
No,
Is that like a rampant problem with guys? Hey, you're in.
It's a figure of speech. He
Like,
just meant he wasn't scared.
Just a lot of
Didn't pee
urinating
down
down
his
the
leg.
legs or something.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I lived in Texas. People say that.
They do.
Yeah,
They do. Somebody wasn't scared. Well, he didn't urinate down his leg.
Never heard that before.
And
Is Mike Tomlin from Texas?
He's not, but
He shouldn't be allowed to say that.
he's not. But
I guess that's a good thing, though. I mean,
He says, "Yeah, it's a great place to begin, and that's capable of happening for a young guy." Well, so now he's saying he might pee himself, and he's capable of happening for a young guy to pee himself. Randy, did you ever pee yourself when you were?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Hell no.
Keon, did you pee yourself?
No.
I'm not trying to trick you. This isn't like when Adam Sandler says, "Hey, everybody, it's cool when you pee your pants." Remember in that show where he was trying Billy Madison when he was trying to help this kid out who embarrassed himself, and everybody starts peeing their pants and stuff. Just be cool. I don't think that's what's going on here, right?
No.
Yeah, that's not what's going on. But don't worry, you can just be honest. Did you pee yourself?
No.
I don't know if that's really the kind of praise you want from your head coach.
Well,
Hey, how
he
do you
didn't
think
pee himself.
How did old Randy White do? Well, he didn't crap down his shorts, so he's fine. We were just really thinking you'd tell us about his play. All right. Do you have a lot of incontinent rookies? Is that a thing in the NFL?
Wow.
Struck me as a weird thing to say, but I guess it's not a weird thing to say in some parts of the world. All right, then.
Yeah, it just means you're not scared.
Kyle Shanahan was asked whether or not the 49ers would consider trading Jimmy Garoppolo to the Cowboys, and he said, "Yeah." He said, "Just like all players, we'll listen to anybody on anything. It never changes for any player or coach. We'll always listen to anybody." That is not true. That is not true. That is him just throwing the flag going, "Yes, God, please, yes."
Did Jimmy Garoppolo piss off Kyle Shanahan?
We will never know.
No, but there are just times when you watch some games, especially big games, Kyle doesn't trust him to throw the ball. He just does, they just start running the football. Now, fortunately, Kyle's very good
on
at
the team,
scheming.
and yet he's still on the team.
Yeah. But boy, I did see a clip earlier from the Giants game where Daniel Jones threw that interception that almost cost them the game, and Brian Dable walked over and chewed Daniel Jones out. All I'm saying is the Giants might pick up the phone at some point this season.
There's a lot of teams that are going to be thinking of picking up the phone. Here's the list: Cowboys, Giants, Jets,
probably still Browns potentially.
Yeah, Seahawks eventually. I just can't see Geno continuing on a tear. There's probably going to be 6 or so teams that will be wishing that they had a Jimmy Garoppolo. Colts, maybe. I'm not saying that Matt Ryan is bad yet. He came alive there towards the end, and the next game is the big test for my Colts to see if we need a Jimmy Garoppolo emergency phone call. If that doesn't go well, my season's over. That's it. Done. We will be like, "We miss you, Carson." That's how bad it will be. Let's just hope the hell that doesn't happen. We've already started to see the evidence that the Cardinals have overpaid for Kyler Murray. The only person who can smile right now with a W is Keon and those Commanders.
Of all people, I did not expect it to be me by myself.
With your quarterback,
supposed to go
Carson Wentz.
Look, he's not even getting upset now.
Yeah, no, I kind of like the sound of Carson Wentz. I mean,
well, there's still
we'll
more
see how you
games
feel
to play.
next week.
Yeah, of course. Like, well, here's the thing. Carson Wentz is my quarterback, and I have. It took me the entire summer, but I have accepted it, which means I have accepted the entire Carson Wentz experience, which means all of the highs and the lows.
You haven't added
got to
those
ride
yet.
it. Well, the third quarter was definitely, he was trying to give the game away then. Back-to-back interceptions. One wasn't really his fault, but still.
Understand something, Keon. He'll break your heart.
I'll take it.
He will break your heart. You'll have a season where you're wondering, is Carson Wentz the right decision? There'll be bright spots. Hey, maybe he just didn't fit in with the Colts. He's doing pretty well here.
I did have that thought.
Riverboat Ron has found the key to bring out the greatness in Carson Wentz.
Did cross my mind.
And then there'll be a game where something's not quite right. You're not sure. Do we blame him? Do we not blame him? We'll see what happens next week. And then he'll have another good week, and you're feeling pretty good. You put a win after a win, after a loss, after a win, after a win. And you're like, we might have something here. And then when it matters the most, Carson Wentz becomes Carson Palmer. The end.
Oh, damn.
Carson Palmer could always get you close, but never could get you there.
Damn.
Twitty, says, after thorough research, I found out my smartphone is not made by child labor in China. Apparently, it was made by children in Bangladesh. Oh, yeah, that's way better.
Yeah, so
that's,
much
I think
better.
that's much better. Ukla says, I peed myself once, but it was in second grade at Catholic school. Okay. Hefty Lefty says, Sam Darnold probably wishes he peed down his leg instead of seeing, I see ghosts. You can play, through peeing your pants on the field. It's like, hey, I didn't want to waste the time out. Didn't want to hurt the team, so I just peed my pants. Player would go down as a legend. Kind of a gross one, but still a legend. But yeah, you don't come back from, I'm seeing ghosts out there.
Though in the figurative sense, the way that Mike Tomlin was using it, he did pee down his leg because he was scared.
Sam Darnold did, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that. All right, so Dan Campbell, I thought he was supposed to be a tough guy. Whatever happened to him being a tough guy? You know what I mean? I'm gonna bite your kneecaps off.
Yeah.
I gotta bring a real lion out to the practices. Ah! And he's making a lot of noise on this Hard Knocks show. I haven't seen it. That's what I'm hearing. He's like,
he did make quite a bit of noise. Mm-hmm.
Well, now it's like he went to the league office. You guys, the Eagles did intentional grounding in that game. You've got to look at this. Yeah, and then they told me that they looked at it because we turned it in, and we told them you got to look. And then they said they were wrong, but no, you can't review it. Shut up, Dan Campbell. What are you doing, man?
Is that actual audio?
That's actual audio right there.
Wow.
Huh.
And so, yeah, they went and complained to the league about it. Hey, you know what? If it's one intentional grounding that wins the game, then you suck. Don't be going complaining about one bad call or a missed call, Dan Campbell. Take responsibility for your failings, Dan Campbell.
And intentional grounding in a game that you lost by a point and it was close the whole way. I understand. You were down 20.
But you're wrong.
But you were down 21 at one point. Maybe try not to be down 21 in the middle of NFL games.
I mean,
and they didn't lose by 1 point. They lost by 3.
They lost by 3, but they weren't in that game the whole game. Now, I will give Dan Campbell credit. Those Lions do not quit ever. However,
my Colts were not in the game until later in the game, and we got a tie.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Did we complain to the league? No, Dan Campbell.
But Dan Campbell, in the second quarter, your team gave up 24 points. Maybe try not to do that. The next quarter, they gave up 14. Again, maybe try not to do that. Just intentional grounding is like one of the minorest penalty. If it was a pass interference, I would actually have more. I would be into it more because it'd be like, okay, you can get all the way upfield on a bad pass interference call. On an intentional grounding, but you were down 21 points. You were not about to win this game. And at no point were they in control.
Was he thinking that the league was going to say, oh, you're right, we missed that. Let's go ahead and take points off the board and let's penalize it. Are you kidding me? They're not going to do anything.
Congratulations. You win.
I think Dan Campbell learned a very valuable lesson about being a head coach. That once the game is final, it's final, Dan. That's
Seems
in
like
fact,
a silly thing.
Once the play is final, the play is final.
You know, you go and you protest the league is when one of your players gets a dirty hit on them and they're injured. And you're like, hey, you need to go back and take a look at that because look what they did to my guy there. The fact that there was no call and there's no, you're basically sticking up for your guys.
Yeah.
I get that. If you go to the league sticking up for your guys in that way, when you're just like, there was an intentional grounding and you guys missed it. It doesn't matter now, does it? Doesn't matter.
Well,
Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, you sound like a badass general manager right there, dude. Apply for the job. So who am I going to general manage for? Chris Ballard is a good general manager for the Colts. The problem is mushroom taken Irsay sometimes gives Frank Reich a little bit too much leeway, and they override, I think, Chris Ballard. I think if Chris Ballard had his way, we would have been probably in a different position the last few years than we were. So outside of that, there's no team I want to manage. Let's see. Ukla says, Keon, you're getting close to like Phil status. Why would you say that? What the hell is that all about?
Phil status for why?
Booger World says, you guys know how haters stare at people nonstop. I wonder if Keon's eye is getting cross-eyed from staring so much. World's best hater.
Booger Wolf?
That makes no sense.
I don't even.
Who's he hating?
I don't know who I'm hating, but also all you do is hate Booger Wolf. That's literally your one trick. You are a one-trick pony.
Booger Wolf is a narcissist. Usually a narcissist will point out, like, say, you're doing something, and that's what they're doing. In fact, he did another one. He says, you guys are acting like some vaginas.
Yeah, all Booger Wolf does is hate. And all I'm asking Booger Wolf to do is go find your parents and get them to give you that hug that you've been missing. Just find them.
Boy, that's telling them, Keon. Go find your mom and dad and get a hug.
And if you are not
probably a reason they've avoided him.
And if you have been hugged in your life, act like it. My parents love me. I don't know.
Baker's cocky hens think that Frank Reich might have a pill connection for Irsay, and that's why he keeps him around.
Could be.
I can't even get mad about that. By the way, this is interesting and probably a jinx, but the Lions are favored for the first time since November 2020.
No kidding.
It's been that many games since that they've ever been favored. 24 straight games they've gone in as an underdog, longest current streak in the league. But for some reason, going into next week's game against the Carolina Panthers, favored.
Wow. What does that say about the Panthers and the dental smock?
I don't think it's the Panthers they're playing next week.
Yeah. Says I'm sorry, they were 1 point favorites on the road against the Panthers when PJ Walker did. Sorry about that. My eyes caught that on the wrong thing. They're playing the Commandos.
Yes, they are.
Favorites against the Commandos.
They're favored over you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Keon's feeling cocky right now.
I'm feeling very cocky. I am trying not to listen. It's there's an aura coming off of me of pure smugness.
Yes.
I am eclipsing Steve Levy right now, and I am trying not to show it. But go ahead and take your favorite right there. Be favored. That's fine.
It's going to be an interesting pick show tomorrow, I think.
I think it is, yeah. And it'll be an interesting Monday if the Commanders lose. It'll be something.
Big George says, who's this Booger Wolf? Is he a 12-year-old keyboard warrior playing StarCraft and talking mad crap about Keon? Sounds about right. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-813-8757 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-813-8757. That's 800-813-8757. What do you have to lose? Call 800-813-8757. Again, 800-813-8757. Man, I slept.
New ZQuil Pure Z's restorative herbal sleep is made for people who are tired of being tired.
I've never slept like this before. I've never woken up like this before.
A melatonin-free sleep aid made with a botanical blend that contains clinically studied and effective valerian root, hops, and passion flower, shown to help promote better restorative sleep. ZQuil Pure Z's restorative herbal sleep. Sleep this good, feel this good. Available at retailers near you.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then of course you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
No one else does what I do in diamonds. Sorry if that sounds bold, but it's true, and I do it all for you. Hi, Diamond Dave Cantor, the only wholesale diamond dealer open to you by appointment. I import diamonds directly from cutters from around the world. That's right. That means you're getting diamonds direct from the source. We have the lowest overhead office of anyone in the diamond business. So we ship to clients around the world because of our low price wholesale model. We design and create your custom rings. Again, working directly means you're working with the source. No one else with fourth generation connections, direct diamond importing, and design and manufacturing works directly with you except me. And with all that, we still offer incredible one-on-one service, direct contact on my personal cell through the process, and the promise we want you to have the best diamond quality and experience in any price range.
No one else can do what Diamond Dave does. Call him today at 480-397-2450 or reach him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's Kantor, or visit him online at DiamondDaveAZ.com.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the six-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got your picks. That's right, our Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em picks with Ralph. Of course, and the entire Daily Blender gang will be doing our NFL fan picks in the 3 o'clock hour. Then at 4 p.m., Fantasy Girl Rosalie Michaels will join us to answer your fantasy football questions from 4 to 4:30. And then at 4:30, we turn it over to Thursday Night Football. The Chargers are at the Chiefs, and I think that's going to be a damn good game. And listen, you want to get a little skin in the game. You want to finally, get yourself in on all this fun sports betting. This is your time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code BET1580. Get $200 in free bets instantly when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That's code BET1580, only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus issued as free bets. 1 early win token issued at opt-in. Moneyline bets only. Deposit and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at DraftKings.com/football terms. Going to be an interesting show tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, it is.
I'm out of breath now, though.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I have yet another epic pick for the Cardinals. I was up all night working on this.
You're the only thing that gives that team any sliver of hope, Randy.
Well, they have a sliver of hope going into this weekend. And by the way, I think I have some sort of a bet wager on this as we head to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders.
Hefty Lefty says, hey, Big George, StarCraft was fun when the internet was dial-up. I was more of a Command and Conquer guy, but you leave them strategy games alone. Hefty Lefty, I'll still play, like how some people play solitaire on their computer. If I'm like bored, sitting around waiting on my wife, I'll bring up Command and Conquer 3 and I'll just sit there and play on that. You can find it online and still play it. So respect to the Command and Conquer. 888-368-1580. Hold on a second. Here we go. I just need to go over there and grab a thing. That's all. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. You know what we should do? Let's just get it done.
On this date in Big Georgia sports history?
It's very early, but let's do this.
All right.
It is time now for On This Date in Big Georgia's sports history. Back in the year 1923, in his fourth heavyweight boxing title defense, Jack Dempsey would recover after being sent through the ropes by Argentine challenger Luis Firpo in the second round at the Polo Grounds in New York City. Dempsey would then go on to knock Firpo the bleep out and retain his title.
Wow.
Back to me, Jeffrey.
So he knocked him the bleep out, eh?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Big George was a little late getting this in, so I went and found this one.
Okay.
So it probably wasn't as professionally written as when George does it.
That's true.
That's true. No, Dempsey did knock Firpo the bleep out, and that's a true story. 888-368-1580.
Just one of the all-timers.
Yep. Straight Striper says, how dare Booger Wolf come at Keon? He is one of the best co-hosts this show has ever had. You tread lightly unless you want the fourth dimension wrath to rain down on you, Booger Wolf.
Damn.
I like that the fourth dimension has my back. I appreciate you guys.
Prison Wallet says, now they're talking about how Brett Favre took welfare funds to build a volleyball stadium. Still not talking about the politicians that gave it to him. No, actually, they are, Prison Wallet. They are talking about the people who have enabled and given it to him. That it's all part of the pile, Prison Wallet.
The governor of the state was walking him through how to apply for it.
No, there's a whole bunch of people about to go down on this one. Hefty Lefty says, I have the Red Alert trilogy for my laptop still. A great way to kill 4 hours on a Saturday night. But not for me. 4 hours. No. I'll sit there and play a skirmish for an hour. To me, that's like solitaire. Big George, there you go. Good Cat says, man, if Dingleberry and Kime don't address the DB issues, Adams, Waller, Renfro, they're going to embarrass the Cards, Randy.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. I don't think it's Kime and Dingleberry. I think it's the defensive coordinator.
Are you seriously going after Vance Joseph still?
How to do a good job.
I mean, the question was about defense, and look, if you're getting carved up by Juju Smith-Schuster and Mecole Hardman, these are quality receivers. These guys are good. But Devontae Adams is another story. Hunter Renfro is another story.
The defense was not prepared for that game. I'm sorry. And does that fall on Kingsbury? I guess by proxy because he's the head coach. But I'll say it again. Arizona Cardinal fans, I will say it again. Vance Joseph is the worst defensive coordinator this team has seen in a long time. A long time.
You've said that, but then they've also had really good, people and have had really good defensive games, though. So
a long time, Jeffco.
I don't know if he stole your parking lot at like Trader Joe's at some point.
It's just a head scratcher move. There's so many other people out there to get, and you bring in the easy one. It's like, oh, he's right here in Colorado. He got fired from being a head coach. Let's bring him in here. He couldn't coach over in Colorado. Let's go ahead and bring him in here to coach our defense. See, that's the kind of boneheaded moves that the Cardinals make,
Randy.
The Diamondbacks make, the damn Suns make.
Vance Joseph was a defensive coordinator before, and he was pretty good at it. They brought him in the coach. Okay, not every coordinator can step in and be a good head coach. But then, like Todd Bowles was
3 years,
with
man.
the Jets.
3
he had a
years.
bad thing. He went
3
back
seasons.
to being a defensive coordinator, and then
3
now he's
seasons.
getting his shot at being a coach again. But Vance Joseph should be a defensive coordinator, and I think he does an okay job. I don't know why. I would be more angry at Kime for not giving you the pieces that he needs to get the job done.
Can't be angry at Kime anymore. He's just a blundering fool that roams around the streets at night looking for his next beverage. Vance Joseph. Let's see here. Let's just bring up some facts, some good hard facts. Defensive. Cards defensive rankings over the last 3 seasons. Okay, let's just do that. Let me bring that up right now. Defensive rankings for the Arizona Cardinals. Let's see here. Let me go in here and look at this team defense rankings, and I'm scrolling and scrolling. and I'm scrolling. I don't see them on here. Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
that worked.
Yeah. No,
Maybe we'll do this another day, Ray.
defense. When's the last time the Cardinal defense has been a top 10 defense at anything?
When's the last time the Cardinals have been a top 10 anything? At anything?
My point exactly.
I don't know. I don't know if you're listen, you have every right to be grumpy, but I don't know that your absolute disdain for Vance Joseph is fair.
He's not a good defensive coordinator. I don't care. At least you would be prepared. At least you would look like you had a clue on how to defend the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody and their mother knows you don't go after Patrick Mahomes and throw the blitz at him all the time. Isaiah Simmons was wandering around like he was blind out there. Good night. That other kid that we Zaven Collins. Yeah, I think he thought it was like recess when he was in the third grade. He didn't have a clue as what the hell to do. And you just mentioned our defensive backfield for our team not being able to guard anybody. They didn't even have a scheme. They weren't even sure how the hell to defend the Chiefs. Are you kidding me?
Okay, Randy might have a point there. They were ranked 22nd last year.
Yeah, but that means that there were 14 other teams worse.
Not your bottom third of the league is not good.
Vance, I've done my best. There's nothing I can do for you anymore.
Look,
I'm sorry.
I just say
Jeffrey, sorry, you pulled out all the stops trying to defend it.
Disheartened Arizona sports fan that always seems to fall up short. I'd love to see my team dominate, be number one in defense, be number one in offense. Not 14th. Well, there's some other guys worse. Yeah, okay, mediocre. Let's settle for mediocrity instead of striving for excellence. That's what old numbnuts did with rehiring Torey Lovello and Bob Saget. What the hell's the guy's name again?
I'm not trying to settle for nothing. I'm just trying to make you feel better.
Settle for mediocrity instead of striving for excellence. See what I mean? That's the difference between those people and me. I strive for excellence.
I got to give you a bucket. And you're going to put on your head as a Cardinals fan and keep running into that wall. Beer Bob says, Keon, we always have your back. You just have to worry about some of the fourth dimension trying to grab your front. Chief Skull says the defense is awful. Players are not starters. It's on Keim, not Vance Joseph. That's what I've been saying.
Well,
Steve Keim has screwed this team up, and he needs to be fired, not rewarded.
Doopy-doopy-doo. Let me see who I can pick up this week. Doopy-doopy-doo.
This guy is about 53 years old. Bring him in. Baker's Cocky Hen says hard to play defense when your offense goes 3 and out all the time. I think Murray and the Cards fall short this weekend.
I 100%. I disagree with that take, but I 100% agree. The Cardinals were not prepared last week. They were not on task last week. They did not spend any time being ready for this game. And like Jeffrey said, and what a great observation. They had all offseason to prepare for this game, and they came out here and they peed down their leg.
Good Cat says Cards need James Betcher back. Pinocchio says quietly add Vance Joseph and Hills in outfields to Randy's trigger list. So it's basically Vance Joseph and a Hill in an outfield. Oh, Pinocchio, you're new around here. There's far more than that. It's Patrick says, you are calling a correctly, sir. Keep up the great work. You're calling a spade when it comes to the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks. He's, I believe, directing at you, Randy.
Thank you.
All right. So let's spin the wheel of sports. See what happens next. I'm just trying to cheer you up, and I just never work. Did you guys see the video of Le'Veon Bell knocking Adrian Peterson out?
No,
they actually boxed.
Good. I did, unfortunately, but yeah.
And I was pretty happy to see the result of that. Did Le'Veon Bell do anything that I should be upset about? I mean, he got busted for smoking pot in a car once. That's the only bad thing I remember hearing about him, right? Adrian Peterson, though, beat the balls off his kid, and not that good a dude. I think even recently he got into some sort of trouble. But Le'Veon Bell knocking Adrian Peterson out. And you should have seen Adrian Peterson's face. He was like, whoa. I actually quite enjoyed that. Baker's Cocky Hen says Chiefs were also embarrassed by the Cards last week last year at home, week 1, right? It's a revenge game. Well, that's a good point. Big George says, Randy, in all seriousness, I think you need to just as equally be angry at Kime, Michael Bidwell, Cliff McDingleberry for the Cardinals' lackluster performance. Cardinals are not a playoff team.
I agree, Big George. But look, we were talking about defense, and the defense has sucked ever since Vance Joseph has taken over the role here. They haven't done any better. Now, I expected much more in week 1, and it just wasn't there. It was like a bunch of school kids running around on the field. That's what it looked like to me.
Eddie V says, I think about 200 people showed up for the Le'Veon Bell, Adrian Peterson fight. They couldn't give tickets away. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because we love to watch football players play football. I don't think anybody wants to watch 2 football players box, 2 retired running backs.
If Le'Veon Bell wants to box, Adrian Peterson wants to box, fine. I would just wish Frank Gore would not. That's all. I just wish he would not. I mean, the other two guys, whatever.
I wish they all would stop boxing. Leave it to the boxers.
And with that, we will leave it to whatever the hell is up next on this fine radio station. Not going to lie to you. I have no idea.
Probably Thiessen.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Should I know?
Usually.
Am I supposed to know? I don't know. Eddie V says he'd love to see Kyler Murray fight Doug Flutie. Who do you got on that one?
Doug Flutie.
Doug's a little bit older, though.
Still, he's more of a man than Kyler is.
No, I think you're right on that. He takes eugenics, too, so he'll probably he's got 3 things to hit him with. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids